little, and enjoy Cocoa Beach's legendary laid-back beach vibes. Cocoa Beach is perfect for adventure seekers, families, or a beautiful date with a sunset finish. Vacation mode starts at Cocoa Beach, the perfect stop for your sea voyage. Don't miss the boat. Plan your visit today at LegendaryCocoBeach.com. That's LegendaryCocoBeach.com.
I'm Dr. Damon Tanton for Viome. Viome's full body intelligence test is the new science in anti-aging and life-extending insights. Viome analyzes your biological age to see if your body is aging too rapidly. You'll learn how making simple, precise changes in certain foods and supplements can, get this, slow your aging, keep you looking young, and help prevent future health issues. Next, Viome doctors design supplements specifically to your body's needs. Their job is to slow down and help reverse how fast your body is aging. And your Viome microbiome test reveals why you have stomach issues, don't sleep well, have low energy, even why you can't lose weight, and more. Viome reboots your body to live longer, live healthier, and look younger.
Viome is changing lives. Order your full body intelligence test online and save $50. Viome guarantees rapid, remarkable health improvements your doctor will notice. Visit Viome.com, promo code THRIVE. That's Viome.com, promo code THRIVE.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatmortgageguyDon.com.
Celebrate freedom from those old single-pane windows and that shabby front door with the beautiful designs from Renewal by Andersen. Why? Energy efficiency. It's good to know that Renewal by Andersen's acclaimed windows and doors offer excellent insulation, reducing energy loss and helping to lower your utility bills while maintaining a comfortable indoor temperature year-round, especially during these dog days of summer. Here's what Vincent had to say. Renewal by Andersen did an excellent job, excellent customer service, excellent attention to detail, excellent follow-up. I highly recommend Renewal by Andersen for all your door and window needs. And right now is a great time to get started. Buy 4 windows or doors and get the 5th free. Plus 0 down, 0 payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Call Renewal by Andersen today for your free design consultation. It's simple. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone. That's pound 250. Say the keyword best windows and be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia. Official partner of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. License number CGC 1527613.
Sometimes the best move is the fastest one. Whether you're facing a life change, downsizing, or just ready for a fresh start, a cash offer can bring clarity, speed, and peace of mind. At the Nickley Group, we help you skip the showings, the stress, and the waiting. With years of experience, we know when a cash offer makes sense and how to make it work for you.
Call Nickley.
The Nickley Group, Orlando's home team real estate, real people, real results. For a guaranteed cash offer on your home, visit thenickley.group.com.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it, we've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Orlando.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's the Freedom Sale at Greenway Kia, where Central Florida's largest Kia inventory is tariff-free and marked down thousands off MSRP. Make your summer extra hot in a new 2025 Kia K4 LXS. Lease it for just $119 a month, 24 months, $36.25 due at signing, and 0 security deposit. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see it in a Kia. Click or visit greenwaykias.com today.
Qualified applicants through KFA. Excludes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 8/15/25.
Insurance Insurance companies often play tough, offering you the bare minimum for your injuries. But why settle for less? With me, Mo DeWitt, your Orlando injury attorney, you pay nothing unless we win. Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Ghislaine.
It is Tuesday, July 22nd to 2025. Lots to get to today, from new Jacksonville arrest details to Ghislaine Maxwell meets with Trump's Justice Department, and some fresh mailbox money could be headed your way. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, Celine.
What's
happening? And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. Send us what we call a dispatch. Record yours over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right in the studio in real time. And it is, friends, a Share the Show Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Share the show.
Sharon. Get the Sharon right now, as Ozzy Osbourne once said. Sharon!
Thank you.
Sharon! Let's just start sharing, please, all right? It's not a lot of work. Hit the like button over on YouTube. Send the podcast around to a friend. Tell somebody about this radio show, podcast, and live stream that hopefully means a little bit of something to you in your life. I want to Share the Show Tuesday.
Okay.
Means a lot to me.
How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Good.
Ready
Good.
to party. How are you?
I hope it means something to you, C-Lite. I mean, come on. At this point, it's like each and every day we come in,
It's
we
like
do
one of the
this
longest
thing.
things I've ever done.
True, yeah. I mean, we've got a lot to get to on a very busy Tuesday. Let's get ourselves started. Everything, I'm sure, is very normal over in the world of cable news. I have not watched anything over there in weeks, but I'm sure that there is nothing weird going on. It's a totally normal operation. Let's see what's happening over on CNN. Oh, no. They're talking about Epstein. This is probably not going well.
Perfect.
It's probably not going well. But
look at that round table. It's so much that 3 of them have their backs at the camera.
Why do they all have to face each other? That's weird.
Not only is there a lot of people at this round table, 6 of them in total, who makes the decision to go with a glass round table? That is a lot of fingerprints.
In case anyone wants to smash it.
A lot of fingerprints. And also, what if I'm adjusting something under the table? I don't want that to be clearly seen right through the top there.
Be able to scratch your balls.
Let me tell you something. You know how one of the goofiest things that I do is if I have to readjust myself, but I can't touch anything. All right? I'm just being real with you. It's like to move around and maneuver yourself to try to readjust without using any hands or anything.
Women do the same thing.
It's embarrassing. I've seen it, honestly. I have. Yeah. I mean, so like even
bubbles.
women, everybody would be impacted by this. But here we go to the glass table. And the 6 people on CNN, I'm sure everything's normal. Epstein talk.
Well, let me just finish.
Help you all out.
He's
Nobody
cutting.
gives a damn about Epstein because he's still dead. Okay, he's still dead. No one gives a damn.
No, people give a damn.
What they care about. Look at the American economy right
He sounded a little drunk there at the very beginning. I think he just missed a word, because that can happen from time to time. You miss a word, and then you sound like you're slurring. But the first, nobody gives a damn.
He's not actually releasing the files. He's doing the grand jury testimony, which isn't all of the files. But my point is, overall, is that while he's doing this, he's simultaneously raising prices on Americans via tariffs.
Okay,
he's simultaneously cutting. Well, let me.
Here he goes.
He's
Nobody
cutting.
gives a damn about Epstein because he's still dead. Okay, he's still dead. No one gives a damn.
No, people give a damn.
What they care about. Look at the American economy right now. A lot of people had a lot of mistrust on the tariff issue. Economy's on fire. Indexes all-time highs. Every country on earth wants to cut a deal with America.
This is, if you don't know, the Shark Tank guy. It's the Kevin O'Leary, who's like
that amount.
So
you're dead to me. You're dead to me is one of his things.
Slightly embarrassing revelation or just admission on my part.
I'm ready.
For a second, I thought it was two Shark Tank guys.
Oh,
Ghislaine.
Lane.
You know what? It looks like him. It looks like him. It does. Yeah,
Because
I think
it's a
that's
bald
fair.
black guy.
Yeah, that's one thing. It just looks like him. What's his name?
Like Damon John.
Damon John. It looks like Damon John at a glance, very, very quickly.
The average person at the kitchen table is not worrying about Epstein. Don't give a damn. They want to provide for their family, and they are. America's working. This is the
So hold on. Let me just say,
working.
Jerome Powell just announced that he's going to hold off on cutting interest rates again because of the tariffs, and we've already started to see the inflationary pressures. We have a lot more on the economy later in the show, but just one thing that you said.
Who's in charge of this?
I think that lady who just said we have a lot more later. Let's talk about this topic.
She's got a pen in her hand. She seems like she's in charge, although multiple people might have pens. I don't know. It's denoting the power here. But she is the one who's now taking over because everybody just talks all the time.
That I think is.
Epstein's alive?
No. There are two aspects of it. I mean, I think on the one hand, I think you're right that it's kind of like a niche interest here, this Epstein thing, but the
Not
niche
online.
is Trump's base, people in Trump's base. But secondly, on the broader picture of what is happening in the country and how do Americans feel about it,
I wanted to get to the part of, you know what, this clip is so much longer than I want it to be. I'm not going to play the whole thing. At some point, he says poop a lot of times.
Oh.
He says
Spoiler alert.
Poop. Let me see if I can get to it.
Deeply about it, because I'm not going to buy this argument that like these young girls were raped by what? By what? Did they rape themselves? No, they got raped by people who are in powerful positions, and I want to know how many of those individuals are currently serving in our government in some role or the other.
American awake for 18 hours a day. How many minutes do you think they spend worrying about this stuff? Maybe they were raped, maybe they weren't. This is not what American families give a damn about.
Just to be clear,
they just don't
we do know that there were victims, so that's not speculative.
We do know that
Oh, here they go.
The thing is, people can compartmentalize, right? And the reason why people...
all I wanted was the poop part. For God's sake, I'm not going through it anymore.
Poop.
All right. Let me see if I can find it, because I know right there is when he says this. But everybody jumps all over everybody in these panels.
care about this a lot, not just because of the very real...
Sorry, Damon.
Donald, please. Donald,
Nobody gives a poop.
You don't give a
There we
poop.
go.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
I found the poop part, everybody.
Thank
Here
you,
we go.
Sean. So what you're telling me is on this cable news network, they're now kind of stepping back on using the S word.
And poop is the new word. Yeah, for
Which
now at
sounds
least.
insane.
Nobody gives a poop.
It's their base. We are going to deliver the Epstein client list that's going to take down all of your Democratic enemies.
Bring it.
Yeah, well, yes, bring it. Donald, please. Donald,
Nobody
bring
gives
it.
a poop.
You don't give a poop. Okay.
You don't give a poop, okay? Some people give a poop about the poop.
It would be ridiculous if Kevin O'Leary was the only person saying poop like that. But then when she jumped in and went, you don't give a poop, it was like, okay.
Sabrina might be right. There could have been a discussion that was like, guys, the curse words on cable news have gone through the roof.
But can I tell you what takes away from a powerful, fleeting sentence like I don't give an S is I don't give a poop.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's a little bit lame.
Nobody gives a duty about Jeffrey Epstein.
It feels like when I'm trying to say to one of you that I want one of you to go F yourself and it ends up with duck. You know, that's the kind of the vibes that I feel. It's like it takes the punch out of all the things.
But even duck still has the C and the K, man.
Yeah.
Or still has that, you know.
Frick. If you say frick.
Nobody gives a poop. No, it just doesn't feel right. It just doesn't. It doesn't feel good. I'm sorry.
I'd love to hear the rest of it, though. Or they kept saying poop, or that was the only poop.
That was it. I'm just going to stop it there. The clip was like 7 minutes long for some reason. It could have been 45, but
What
there
a
you
poop
go.
show.
Nobody gives a damn about Epstein, says Shark Tank star Kevin O'Leary. Do you give a damn? Well, I'm sorry. Do you give a poop? That's what I want to ask you here today. Do you give a poop or
I gave
not?
2 this morning, I believe.
Well, there you go. We got you on record. And everybody else, chime in with your dispatches over at thenewsjunkie.com. Very easy for you to do. I want to get into some big updates on the Jacksonville police the thing that we talked about yesterday that started going viral. We discussed this. We were way out ahead of this, where the guy filmed himself while the Jacksonville police officer smashed his window and then definitely purposely punched him in the face. Like, I'm not backing down on that. Like, the Jacksonville police officer absolutely punched him in the face on purpose after doing this. I have something that I haven't heard anywhere else. I've only heard people do some summaries of it. I have the actual police report from the arrest. And as of late last night, there was a press conference where not only did they address all of this, but allegedly they have now released all the body cam video.
Ooh,
so
goody.
now we'll be able to piece all this together and see what we think about this. I don't know if my mind's going to change too much, but I'm interested to see what else we learn about that case today. I also have updates on the MRI case, and believe it or not, the Skin Bear case is going to come back up. Yeah.
Awesome.
We're hitting it all today. Ain't no poop flying around over here. It's all good stuff on the show today.
Maybe a little bit of poop.
Maybe every day there's a little bit.
Pellets.
I can't say there's not at least a little bit. You know what I saw yesterday? There was somebody filmed outside of Ed Sullivan's theater in New York City, where the Late Show with Stephen Colbert films. There was protesters out there.
Protesters who
were like protesting Stephen Colbert being fired.
Oh.
The end of the show. And it was like, they had signs that says, Colbert stays, Trump must go.
Oh, there's a lot of AI stuff coming out now, which sucks. You're about to get to it later.
Well, is this AI? Is that what you're saying? I don't think
His
so.
statement about CBS, $60 million.
No. Stephen Colbert protesters, the people who are like for him and against Trump, which I've seen a lot of people, even people like I know and I respect to some certain degree on my own Facebook page have been like, look, this is because of his attacks on Trump and the Paramount deals and this and that.
Done the same thing, no?
And I'm like, come on, guys. If you look at this, the Stephen Colbert Late Show costs $100 million a year. It is losing between $20 and $40 million a year. There are well over 120, some numbers say 180 to 200 employees of this program.
Is this public information or what they released themselves?
Those are just the financials from the late night shows and Deadline talking to a whole bunch of insiders, because I think that's where the details were that I saw on pay and stuff. And Stephen Colbert makes, a solid amount of money, and good for him. Go for it. Make your money, get your contracts, get your deals. But the fact is, they're out there protesting like Colbert stays, Trump must go. Dude, it's a business decision by the company. What do you think you're going to do? I hope they don't curse here. Oh my God, it's loud out there. Colbert stays, Trump goes, they're saying, out there with signs in front of the Late Show with Stephen Colbert sign outside of CBS in New York City. Which I don't think I've ever been to this show, or I don't even know if I've been to the theater here.
CBS? Okay.
Yeah, this is the CBS show.
NBC and ABC. I know that.
Yeah, this is the other one. I don't know if they're all like next to each other. I don't think they are. This is the Ed Sullivan Theater, which is a pretty famed theater. But yeah, there's at least, I don't know, I'm gonna ballpark 40 or so people outside. Colbert stays, Trump must go. Refuse fascism. I think you got your wires crossed.
Yeah, they're not going to listen to you at all. If they got Stephen Colbert to announce that they're going to be canceled, decision had been made.
Yeah. I mean, also, Sea-Witch says on YouTube, it's not a business decision. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay. They are paying Trump a bribe, and this is part of that bribe. He hates Colbert. You have literally no information, no facts or anything to back that up. And let me know the other example of somebody who was zipped at the mouth and given a year to finish what they're doing because the company hated them so much. Did the company trash Colbert and hit the delete button and shoot out the Late Show immediately? No, they gave him a year to say goodbye. Literally unheard of in any of these worlds. A year before the show that loses $20 million a year wraps up.
Okay,
you might have to wrap your head around the fact that maybe people just don't like this show enough to make it financially make sense at the business model it's at.
When we talked about this when it first was announced, we made that point that he got all this time. They could have just pulled the plug. But the response was, well, he's finishing out his contract. Don't you guys know how contracts work? We know how contracts work.
Yeah.
People can get fired if they're under a contract. You could still lose your job under a contract.
Just so you know, those of you, and I'm not saying this to be an asshole, those of you who have never signed a contract, don't work in media, don't understand how any of this stuff works, your contract does not in any way, shape, or form guarantee you the ability to broadcast. In 5 seconds, the fact that I'm under contract right now absolutely does not matter if iHeartRadio wants to come over and pull the plug before I finish the end of this sentence. You know what I mean? If they wanted to do that, they can do that. You are not guaranteed the right.
Lock the doors.
To broadcast. And in fact, I'll tell you this too. If they were to close the door 1 year ahead of time on Stephen Colbert's entire show, they would save tens of millions of dollars.
It's very interesting they're doing that, though.
They're trying not to ruffle too many feathers. They're trying to, I think, at least treat him with as much respect as they can. They told him they're not replacing him. They're not doing anything like that. They're done with the late night show model because Americans mostly are done with the late night show model themselves.
Congratulations, ridiculousness. Another network.
I'm sorry that there's so many people that are blinded by politics in situations like this that they can't understand it. Do things happen because of politics? Yes. There are multiple people who don't work at Fox News right now because of the Dominion lawsuit and talking about cheating in the election and various other things. Yes, that stuff happens. And it did happen legitimately at Fox News with major talent, top-rated talent at the time because of the outcome of lawsuits. Okay, that's real. It happens. It ain't happening with Colbert. It's just not making money, dude. It's not. The audience isn't there. I don't know if you're going to be able to grasp that, but
do you think other late nights sweating in their boots, or they're excited for the new viewership?
How would you feel? How would you feel if you had the Sabrina show?
I'm asking opinion.
But how would you feel if you had the Sabrina show and it was on like one of the NBC or something? Would you think, damn, this seems like tick, 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 tick? Because
I don't know.
That's how I would feel. That's how
I would feel that, but I feel like this is the time to make this a staple, or, the staple has been pulled out. Let's replace that staple.
Yeah.
But then I also think that our show, and, we know what it is to put on some entertainment and have corporate behind breathing down your necks. Now think about if we had a team of 120 people behind us telling us what's happening. So part of that, I'm just very curious to be a fly on the wall, and the other part, I am not jealous at all, and I'm scared.
I would think the similar shows know that the end is near. The similar shows are probably thinking,
people love live entertainment.
People love live events, entertainment. Saturday Night Live still does okay and stuff. All of those things will do all right, but not these kind of shows. These shows used to be massive, and they are not anymore. And they can't work under the same structure. They have to be slimmed down significantly. Also,
and that's what they did to Conan for a long time before he finally, parted ways with his time slot. I mean, he had gone through a whole bunch of reduction in force. They cut his show down to a half hour. They cut they gutted the thing before they finally got rid of it.
Yeah, Jason on YouTube as well says, Duh, Wasson, the contract could be canceled at any time, buddy. You just fundamentally don't understand how any of this works. You don't know how contracts work. You don't know how any of that works. But the contract does not, unless it stipulates exactly that, guarantee you the right to keep broadcasting. It just guarantees you have a financial arrangement, whatever that is, with whatever company that you're working with.
The contract protects the company.
Ghislaine now has a very impossible task in front of him. He has to.
That's exciting.
He has one commercial break to go over a video that's 4 times as long as a commercial break. So I want to say, and I told you it'd be on the show. There you go.
I got you.
It's too long to even go through. I just want to see if there's cursing in the body cam footage. Like, would a sheriff giving a presentation in front of the media play uncensored videos? Yeah or no?
Sometimes we have sheriffs that curse in front of the media all the time now.
Especially in Florida.
Now I don't know who's going to curse. CNN is saying poop, but sometimes the other people are cursing. The sheriffs are cursing sometimes, but not other times. All of this throws us off of the show. Maybe we get canceled today. Maybe today's the day. I just don't know.
Rent's due in a couple weeks. If we could not get canceled, it'd be good.
Not good timing, honestly, all the way around. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I got the police report right in front of me from this Jacksonville arrest incident where they smashed this guy's window. Is there more to the story, like a lot of people thought? Or is this guy being wronged? Are the sheriffs, are they lying about this? What's going on? We'll dive fully into it and give you the new details. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
You're going to be running into your typical delays on I-4 this morning through that Champions Gate area between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. There's a little bit of congestion heading through the city as well. Expect some rainy conditions on your ride here, reduced visibility and slippery roadways on some of the major roadways this morning. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Moffitt Cancer Center. Moffitt Cancer Center, Florida's top choice for cancer care. Located in Tampa, Moffitt cancer experts work together to offer personalized treatment plans to provide the best possible outcomes. Moffitt, a cancer center like no other. Learn more at Moffitt.org.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage.
Oh, hey there. How are you? Good day to you, cameraman. Good day to you, friend. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let's hang up our coat, put on our shoes, and enjoy our lives. Tommy says the body cam shows he didn't follow orders. They were allowed to remove him but not punch him or rough him up. I mean, I never questioned for even a second whether or not they were allowed to pull him out of the car or tell him he should get out of the car. Obviously, cops can't function if they can't remove people from their vehicles. That, to me, didn't make any sense ever. So if you go back, my point has been the same all along. I believe, and I stand by, the officer got mad, and the officer utilized the moment to punch a guy in the face and then hit him multiple more times during the arrest. That's wrong. That officer should be fired for it. That officer should be charged with assaulting him, in my opinion. And I don't know that any of that's going to happen, but we got some juice coming up. And some different info, some new info in the police report on the Jacksonville arrest.
Celebrate freedom from those old single.
I didn't mind the punching. He should obey orders, and not doing so puts the cops at risk. That's some bootlicker shit, man. Like, that's the epitome of bootlicker stuff. Well, guess what? If you do something wrong, it allows and grants the police the ability to do something very wrong on their own. No. It's a fundamental wrong, what you're talking about. I screamed about this even after Mark Keith Lloyd, who is an absolute piece of shit, right? When the cops went to arrest him, they purposely, because he killed another cop, beat the hell out of him to the point they knocked his eyeball out of his head. It doesn't make it right. It's not a right thing to do. It's a moral wrong to do that, despite the fact that you're mad and you're a cop. If we have law enforcement operating that way, with extrajudicial punishments, physical punishments that are extrajudicial punishments, then our system is awash in corruption and it doesn't work for anybody. That is a major problem and a really shitty opinion. 3 minutes. Hold on. Affiliate question.
The military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce.
The news showed the body cam last night. There was a press conference last night with Jacksonville police. I've got the entirety of the press conference, including the body cam footage and all of that stuff. So we'll see what happens. They stopped him for not having headlights on in the daytime with no rain. It looked like it was raining a little bit, and the police report has a lot more info on that. His side was, you stopped me for no headlights and it's not raining. The police report is another piece of information on that. Now we have the sheriff as well and the body cam footage.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can
2 minutes. That video was crazy. Boo to those officers. We should expect more from that. I do expect more from that from police officers. Half of your job is putting up with people. Deal with it. I don't want whining. I don't like, he didn't get out of the car. He was difficult to apprehend. I don't want any of that nonsense. Your job is to take situations like that, de-escalate wherever possible, and you do not get a pass to just physically impugn on somebody whatever you think their punishment should be. That is dangerous. The cop will probably just resign and move to the next town over. Yeah. Hello?
I went through the first of the body cam videos. There are a couple expletives that are blinked out. There's times where it gets loud that you don't really know, but I think we're good.
Okay, cool. Excellent.
Also, yeah, I'll tell you when we turn off Skull Mike.
Okay, good. Hold on, let me do it now. All right, folks. Skull Mike break. We're coming back in a minute anyways. Private conversation. Sorry, folks. It happens.
1. You can change the course of your life and the lives of people counting on you. Because we believe the better we care for nursing students now, the brighter the future of nursing will be. Galen, the now approach to nursing education. Join us at galencollege.edu.
I can't think about my Uncle Chris without thinking about the craziest night of my life. The Uncle Chris podcast tells the story of my Uncle Chris, a real character, a garbage truck driver from South Carolina who is now buried alongside the founding families of Panama. Wild stories about adventure, romance, crime, history, and war intertwine as I share the tall tales and hard truths that have helped me understand Uncle Chris. Listen to Uncle Chris on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Follow Uncle Chris and start listening on the free iHeart Radio app today.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
Tuesday, and that means, well, we're calling on you to spread the word about the News Junkie Radio Show podcast and live stream, whichever version of that you like. I'd love to hear you tell somebody else about it, because your word is going to work better than any kind of billboard or anything else like that out there. It's just the truth. It's the fact of the matter. It is what it is. So I hope that you'll do that today. Share the show. Tell somebody about the show, or point them to thenewsjunkie.com. All right, in Jacksonville, where we had this viral arrest. Now the arrest heard round the world. And we talked about this when it just started popping off. It was a dude hanging out in his car. This guy, who's a pretty big dude, according to the police report. I didn't really realize that. He's like 6'3" dude, rocking his dreadlocks, and decides to videotape himself. And I'll tell you some other details about him that I think might be of note here in a bit. But there was a lot of new information in the police report. His side of it first was him recording.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like,
all right, so he's saying your headlights are off. That's the reason I'm pulling you over. They're talking through the passenger door of his car. There's cops fully surrounding the vehicle right now, and this guy has his camera rolling.
Okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Pull the law
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor? Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
Laura, by the way, there's the smash of the window. I'll bring it back. Laura on Facebook says the cops will be exonerated. The suspect did not comply. He was driving on a suspended license. He has already been to court and entered a guilty plea. He did not submit a complaint. Half of that is not true. I'll explain when I actually go to the police report here in just a second. I'll cover all of that. But
supervisor,
all right, go for it.
Smashes the window. All right, fine. Now he punches him in the face.
Now, exit the vehicle.
Now, that was just a punch in the face. That was not clearing the window. The window was completely broken. He knew exactly what he was doing. He wanted to punch the dude in the car in the face. That's an extrajudicial punishment by a police officer. He should be fired. He should be charged with assault. He should never work in law enforcement again. That's just me expecting something out of law enforcement. You know, and I think a lot of cops would hopefully agree with that. You cannot get mad and take the law into your own hands. Despite the fact that you might be on a power trip and want to do that. You cannot do that, okay? You can't. But we only had this piece of the puzzle from this guy who got pulled over. His name is McNeil, William McNeil Jr. He's the one who shared the footage. We knew as of yesterday that this apparently took place back in February, but now we know a lot more. I've got the police report. Okay, let me zoom in here. Here's the police report from this incident. And this is confirmed to have happened February 19th, 2025 at about 4 p.m. All right. Is arrestee on probation? No. Domestic violence related? No. They say he was 6'3", 22 years old, 180 pounds, and he was in this vehicle. Hang on. There's a bunch of charges that pop up here in just a second. I've zoomed in too much. Hang on. All right. Here we go. Page 2. He was charged with possession of not more than 20 grams of marijuana. Okay, possession of not more than 20 grams of marijuana. Resisting an officer without violence to his or her person. Use or possess with intent to use drug paraphernalia. So they found like weed in a pipe or something with him. Mm-hmm. And he said he didn't have his marijuana ID on him or something. Financial responsibility, driving while driver's license was suspended. No headlights in the rain, fog, smoke, or etc. And then a seatbelt violation. Those are all of the things. 6 different charges that they hit this guy with. Okay, 6 different charges in total were what ended up being pinned against this guy. Now, here's the actual rundown from the officer. Judging by what it says in this police report, I believe, and I could be wrong, as I stipulate from time to time on this show, I believe this police report, and I'll tell you why, I believe it was written by the man who punched him in the face. Okay? I think this police report was written by the officer that punched him in the face. All right? Officer Bowers made the following statement. It said, I responded to an assist officers on a traffic stop call. On February 19th, 2025, while on patrol in my marked patrol vehicle, I observed a silver SUV, the suspect vehicle, at the stop sign of West Palm Avenue and Columbus Avenue. The suspect vehicle did not have its headlights on or taillights illuminated in inclement weather. I also observed the driver was not wearing his seatbelt. I initiated a traffic stop on the suspect vehicle, at which time it came to a stop near the intersection. Upon approaching the driver's side of the vehicle, the driver quickly opened the driver's door. All right, so Dreadlock Guy opens the door to the Jacksonville police. The driver, later identified as William McNeil, immediately became verbally combative. I advised the reason for the stop, which he refused to listen to. I asked the suspect for his driver's license, registration, and proof of insurance, to which he replied, "Call your supervisor." Now, as we mentioned yesterday, you don't have to do this. You don't have to call the supervisor. Some places do that. Like sometimes it's protocol, but you do not. It's not legally required that you do that. These are not, despite what you might have thought you learned on a YouTube video, cheat codes to change your interactions with the police. They don't have to do all this stuff. The suspect refused to comply and shut the driver's door and locked it. I gave numerous orders to the suspect to prove his identification, which he refused. Due to the suspect's actions, I requested assistance via portable radio. So that's why there's cops like all around this guy's car. There's cops absolutely everywhere all around his car because one of the officers said, "Hey, I got a problem. I need some backup." Several officers responded to the scene to assist. I advised the suspect that he was being placed under arrest for resisting an officer without violence. The suspect still refused to exit the vehicle. I gave the suspect several warnings that I was going to break the window and remove him from the vehicle if he did not comply with lawful commands. The suspect continued to refuse to comply, at which point I broke the driver's window, right? That sounds like it's the officer that like actually smashed the window.
To it?
He says, I broke the driver's window and opened the driver's door. Okay? So that's why I'm saying this police report, I believe, was written by the officer who punched him.
No, it definitely was.
I broke the driver's window and opened the driver's door. I, along with other officers on the scene, removed the suspect from the vehicle. Doesn't say anything about punching him in the face here. The suspect was reaching for the floorboard of the vehicle where a large knife was sitting. In that video, I don't think there's absolutely anything that confirms that he was reaching for a knife on the floorboard. I just don't believe it. Sorry, officer, I don't believe it. There may have been a knife in the car. There may have been a knife that ended up on the floorboard. I did not see anything at all. In fact, we can, you know what? Hang on. Let me bring this up because I hate when people do this kind of crap. Let me bring this up because it's kind of important in the moment. When the window is broken, even after the guy, who might be a complete jerk, but doesn't deserve to be punched in the face, even after the window is broken, he sits there completely and totally still, staring at the camera. All right? So to go back to it, here he is in the car.
Can you pull that law up? Huh? Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor? Huh? Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it.
You be the judge here. Tell me if he's reaching for a knife.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle.
Punch in the face.
Man. Show me your hands.
Here.
Show me your hand. Now, his hands are literally up for a second there. And he's got them crossed. His hands are crossed.
I'm here.
Hands are up.
What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason?
Step out now.
Now he's out of the car. Was he reaching for a knife? Was he reaching for a knife?
Nope. Showed his hands several times.
I don't think so. I don't think there's any evidence here in the slightest that he was reaching for a knife in the car.
In this body cam footage that they just showed, because what we can see from his I don't know, dash cam is a weird one, but the phone facing his driver's seat. We saw after that, after they pulled him out, it seems like they're beating the crap out of him, are they not?
Yeah, they were on the ground. Yeah, they were throwing.
He gets hit again.
There was another punch
body cam
thrown.
footage that they released shows all that too?
Yeah, I believe so. And we're going to get into that on the show today for sure. But I just wanted to stop there and show you that when this police officer said, I'll go back to his statement, the suspect continued to refuse to comply, at which time I broke the driver's window and opened the driver's door. I, along with other officers on the scene, removed the suspect from the vehicle. The suspect was reaching for the floorboard of the vehicle where a large knife was sitting. Is there anybody that believes that sentence?
Nope.
I don't believe that sentence. I think the officer is knowingly lying on his police report because you can see that he wasn't reaching for anything, much less a knife on the floorboard of the vehicle. The suspect continued to attempt to pull away from officers and refused to place his hands behind his back. Physical force was applied to the suspect and he was taken to the ground. The suspect still refused to place his arms behind his back. He was eventually placed in handcuffs, placed in the back of a patrol vehicle. He complained that his tooth was chipped. I observed blood on the suspect's mouth. Now, allegedly had some stitches in his lip. They busted his tooth out from punching him, that kind of stuff. Officer Bowers read the suspect his constitutional rights via card. He said he understood his rights. The suspect says he does not have a medical marijuana card. He stated that he had 3.5 grams of marijuana.
Say it again.
So never mind. I take it all back. I take it all back. He had 3.5 grams of marijuana. Throw him in prison. Put him in prison for the rest of his life. Please.
Have faith.
3.5 grams of marijuana on his person and a marijuana edible in the vehicle.
Oh,
he says he
Jesus.
smokes and eats edibles when he gets off work. He then said he recognized the officers to be law enforcement officers, but did not want to speak to officers because he did not believe he had committed the violations for which he had cited. And then they talk about what they found. They found drug residue in a center console, marijuana in a plastic bag in his right pants pocket, a marijuana edible in the center console.
Did they mention finding the knife?
They found a large knife on the driver's seat floorboard, they suggested in this police report. The vehicle was released at the scene to the registered owner, and he was transported to the jail without incident. They talk about the property, less than 20 grams of marijuana, the paraphernalia, all of that good stuff in this particular charge. Now, did they really find the knife on the floorboard? The body cam footage will be real interesting to look at. Real interesting to look at. Now, the charges, possession of not more than 20 grams of marijuana. Now, I'm not an attorney, and I might be wrong about this, and I'd happily confer with any law enforcement or attorney who would like to tell me, but it says DN drop notice. I'm going to suggest that probably means that charge was dropped. I'm going to suggest on the docket here that possession not more than 20 grams of marijuana, DN drop notice. I'm going to suggest that probably means the charges were dropped. Then ROWAR. Again, I'm not a professional, but I think that might mean resisting officers without violence or something. I don't know, resisting arrest. That's what I think they're talking about there. And it says a $200 fine and then court costs. So you had to pay that. Then PDP, that was dropped. Driving with a license suspended. There was an adjudication on that because he had a suspended license. And it looks like no headlights was dismissed and no seatbelt was dismissed. That's what it appears to show in the actual police report itself. All right. So that's where we're at. See if that changed your mind in any way. We will get to a little bit later on in the show the press conference from the Jacksonville sheriff and the body cam footage that they showed. I think the officer did something very, very wrong here. We'll see what the sheriff thinks. All right, we got that. We got your comments. We got a whole lot more on the way. Busy show on a Share the Show Tuesday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
You tell me that you love me so. You tell me that you care. But when I need you, baby.
And happy Tuesday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And today is a Fox 35 weather impact day because we're going to be expecting some very heavy downpours to set up shop, especially by later this afternoon and into this evening. We're expecting a lot of rain to fall over a short span of time, up to an 80% chance. We'll be expecting another weather impact day as tropical moisture lingers, and that will give way to more rounds of heavy rain. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Everdoor Garage Door. Squeaks, jerks, and rattles? Your garage door's crying for Everdoor. For just $49, they'll tune up and shut down the noise. Trust Everdoor for smooth service. Book at everdoor.com. Everdoor, the garage door that lasts evermore.
It's the Freedom Sale at Greenway Kia. Central Florida's largest Kia inventory is tariff-free and marked down thousands below MSRP. Qualified buyers, no payments all summer. No payments until next fall. Stuck in a car you hate? We'll set you free, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Kia. The Freedom Sale is on now. Click greenwaykias.com or visit us on East Colonial, West Colonial, or 1792 in Longwood.
Negative equity refinanced. Offers subject to lender approval guidelines. Expires 8/15/25.
It's Hurricane
hurricane season, and I got to tell you what, man, Solar Source helped me so much. If you were stuck last year without power, man, Solar Source has this battery backup system that is absolutely awesome. You should check it out. Go to solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters for more information. They helped me tremendously. When Hurricane Milton came, everybody on my block lost power. I was still able to broadcast live from the house because I had power. Solar Source, they've been in business for 40 years. They've served over 60,000 people right here in Central Florida, and they're just a great company to work with. Solarsource.com/monsters. You have a little bit of time. You can take advantage of that tax incentive. Do it now before it's too late. And if you call them now, schedule an appointment, tell them that Russ Rollins sent you. Solar Source is going to donate $50 to the Carla K Cancer Screening Fund, which is very close to my heart. Great people at Solar Source. It's solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters. Going solar is a big decision. The only company I recommend is Solar Source.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Hey everybody, Jim Colbert here. You guys know I love a good deal, and with Sam's held over pricing on over 1,000 items for the summer, you can't lose. Everything from Igloo heavy-duty coolers to the all-beef hot dogs they sell right there at the cafe. And all the summer treats you love, like Members Mark key lime pie ice cream and Kit Kat ice cream bars. How about an inflatable outdoor movie screen? They have that as well. Enjoy all of these Sam's Club great deals. Join the club today. Sign up for a membership at samsclub.com/join.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hello, I need a new electrical outlet.
We are learning about pickleball today.
Okay.
Isn't that a funny name?
What about my electrical?
Pickleball.
I should have called Frank Gay.
Oh, it's like miniature tennis.
I'm calling Frank Gay.
When you need electrical work in your home, you need a trustworthy electrician who can clearly explain how to solve any dilemma. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
There's still time to enjoy locked-in summer value at Sam's Club. Until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items. This is the perfect time to join Sam's Club and make the most of summer. So sign up for a membership today at samsclub.com/join.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
News HQ will tell you everything happening out there on planet Earth worth talking about each day. Learn more about the show. Go visit us over at thenewsjunkie.com. Real quick side quest here. I was watching this weekend another one of these docuseries because there's so many of them that they've been releasing. And as I said, I feel like there may be greenlighting too many of them because you watch one and then you go, God, that really wasn't enough. That didn't seem like enough for a docuseries. It wasn't very interesting. And the one that we watched, Courtney and I, this weekend was called Amy Bradley is Missing. You guys got this on your radar?
That's on the queue.
I saw it. I don't know that I've put it on my radar, but it's at least, I know it's the dynamic lead on Netflix right now.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So it's gone out there enough that Celine and Sabrina are aware of this. Yeah. You guys have seen this on Netflix. They're kind of pushing it out a little bit.
Quick sidebar also on their dynamic radar is Untamed.
Mm-hmm.
Just finished that. Don't watch it.
Oh, is that the one about the trophy hunter thing?
Yeah, it's like a wilderness. He's a ranger, but they also have the weapons of an army. I was left very unsatisfied.
Stupid is no good. All right.
So go on.
Well, Amy Bradley is Missing. It's the name of this new docuseries. I think it's 3 parts that we watched. And it's about this woman in the 90s. She's a young woman, and she's on a cruise ship with her family. Her family, the father won the cruise they used to do this a lot. I don't know if they do this anymore, but he was a salesperson for some tech firm or something out in California, and they reward their salespeople with stuff like this.
Yeah.
So they sent him on a cruise, and then he learned, I'm going to be able to bring my son and my daughter along with. We're going to get a full cabin, so we'll be able to bring all 4 members of the family, him, his wife, his son, and his daughter. And they go on the cruise. They're enjoying themselves, and they're on the boat one night, pretty early on into the cruise. And Amy Bradley and her brother stay out a little later than her mother and father. They go back to their cabin to call it a night and go to sleep. And Amy Bradley and her brother go to the last place that's open on this ship. They go to the club. You know how these ships have like that late night club, which is
the
open.
club.
And they go there.
And this is Royal Caribbean. This is the party cruise.
Yeah, yeah. And the only reason this is a docuseries, in my opinion, is there just so happened to be another person on that cruise who also is there as part of a company thing. And his job was to, imagine this, Elam. They told this guy, they were like, you get to go on the cruise. And he said, I was so excited to get to go on this cruise. And then they made me record everything. And then I had to edit all the footage for a presentation that was going to be done on the ship.
And all they got was the free cruise, or they got paid for
a free
footage?
Cruise. So they had to film half the time and then edit half the time so that during the cruise they could show the footage that he filmed while on the cruise. And so he films Amy Bradley and her brother up late at night on this in this club on the cruise ship, and then they leave there. And, they both go back to the cruise cabin. They talk for a little while. Amy Bradley is out on the balcony of the cruise ship. Her father wakes up at like 5:30 or something, and he says he sees her feet on the chair on the balcony. He notices that she's out there. He goes back to sleep. He wakes up like an hour later, and she's gone. And from there, this docuseries on Netflix spins out in 11 different directions about, was she human trafficked? Did they take her off the boat? She was dancing with the bass player of this band. Did the bass player of this band, this nefarious bassist, did he take her and sex traffic her? And they go in every possible direction you possibly could. Now, I tell you this with all of the peace and love in the world. It is very clear to any reasonable person who's watching this very unfortunate story that this young girl jumped or fell off the balcony that night, all right? It's very clear that this person, unfortunately, whether because they were suffering with something mentally or because they had too many drinks and they got a little too close and they went
There's something about those cruise ship balconies that I feel like people that would never perhaps really consider killing themselves.
The call to the void.
There's something about that cruise ship balcony. They're like, this is it.
So I think it's pretty clear to everybody watching that this is what happened. And it's so unfortunate. And I feel so bad for this family. But at what point is it more empathetic to continue to give them false hope 25 years and change later that their daughter is like, this happened and this happened, and they got all these websites set up. And there's stuff that they don't mention in the Netflix documentary, by the way. The family was ripped off by a private investigator to the tune of over $100,000 who promised that they would help find their daughter, because people are terrible, terrible human beings who are grifters and garbage men who come out of the woodwork and take advantage of these families like this. And everybody involved in this Netflix docuseries probably knows what really happened. But the family, they can't get past this. The brother said, I never have any kids because I realized what it was like for my parents to lose their daughter. So I never wanted that to happen to me. So I never started a family.
Fascinating that it's coming up now.
And really, all these years later, it should be like the actual empathetic thing, a world where we always pretend we're doing the empathetic thing. The actual nice, decent thing to do is to sit this family down and go, I hate to be the bearer of the obvious bad news, but your daughter is dead and you're going to have to move on. Instead of constantly giving hope to all of these people who are in these dire situations. At what point is Netflix, at what point is the production company the same gross bloodsuckers that the private investigator is, taking money from this family or taking advantage of this family to tell the story? At what point are all these people involved the bad guys too? And I say right now, BDMX Gone on Twitch says the simple answer doesn't get a Netflix deal. And maybe it shouldn't.
Okay, maybe but you already watched it and you have that conclusion because you watched it. So, I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. But is that conclusion that people reach after seeing it? The deal is done.
I think if you look into this case, I think if you watch this, the vast majority of people who process what happened rationally will say the Amy Bradley is missing on Netflix is a series that didn't need to happen because every avenue they followed was not true. She jumped or fell off of the ship. That's it. That's it. It's a terrible thing.
Same thing with the 15 JonBenet Ramseys. Documentaries and docuseries.
The JonBenet Ramsey case is totally different in so many different ways. And although I think that has been way overhyped over the years, I don't disagree with that. I think the idea that they make some of these docuseries and don't do the harder work of just telling the family, hey, your daughter's dead. She jumped off or fell off of the ship. It's a tragedy. It's an absolute tragedy. But we keep seeing that stuff. We'll see what you think. The whole damn series could have been a half-hour episode of Forensic Files. True. But they don't want that. I mean, they were chasing down all of these insano leads in the bass player of this band. Like they were framing it like this guy human trafficked her. He's just a bass player on a cruise ship. All right, if you saw that, let me know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. When we come back, an update on the death of Malcolm Jamal Warner. From the Cosby Show. We talked about that yesterday. There's another twist in this whole thing that I found very surprising today. I want to see what you think about this. That update coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for emergency crews on the roadways clearing up that accident on I-4 westbound approaching Colonial Drive. You might run into some residual delays in that area. It's going to be your typical delays starting to pile up on I-4 here between the Beach Line and Osceola Parkway. Some congestion through that Champions Gate area. Traffic's piling up at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. See traffic troubles? Call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa Hoagie Fest is here, and it's the summer of sandwiches. For a limited time, Wawa's mixing it up with hoagies, clubs, quesadillas, and more, all for $6 and under. Savor a summer of sandwiches and savings. Gotta have a Wawa.
Do you already have a mortgage quote, and are you wondering if it's any good? Well,
hello? Microphone. I can mute it if you want.
Very easy to compare quote, like I said.
It's not fooling me.
What's not fooling?
The weather
other app is not fooling me.
What's it say?
It says no rain.
Like Blind Melon?
Until 1, but it's cloudy AF.
Did you get my Blind Melon joke?
What?
No rain like Blind Melon. No rain like Blind Melon?
Maybe I'm not one of them.
You don't know Blind Melon? You know the Bee Girl?
Putting you up.
The Bee Girl? You don't remember her?
I think, baby, I'm a lot younger than you.
You're not a lot younger than me, number one. You're 9 years younger than me, number one.
It's not anymore. It's going to stay the same.
It's a classic song. Blind Melon, No Rain?
Sing it. Sing it. Sing it.
I'm going to need you to
Sing
leave,
it.
please.
Sing it.
Get out of here. Get! Are you leaving? Are you leaving?
No, it's going to rain. I'm not fucking
The app says it's not going to rain.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not doing it.
Watch your mouth, first of all. Sorry. Bitch.
Hey fellas, Russ Rollins here. Man, I feel so much better now that I got my testosterone all under control thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss.
If she doesn't know Blind Melon, leave her? I mean, no.
Red Mountain Weight Loss for a limited time.
Dorney is too young for your Blind Melon reference? Well, I mean,
Lose fat and lose that dad bod with testosterone.
I thought it was clear.
Weight loss. Guys, real testosterone is available only.
I did the B-Girl dance. The B-Girl dance is just this.
If you feel sluggish, if you lose focus all the time, if you have trouble in the bedroom,
that's
you
it.
have low T. Truth is, men today.
That one.
With that, increase your testosterone, have more energy.
She's too young for you, bro?
Sleep a whole lot better.
You guys can kiss my ass, okay? She's got a vile mouth. That's the problem with her.
It really is. Save $200 for a limited time and start your testosterone therapy with no startup fee.
Okay, we're coming back in 3 minutes. Did anybody see that documentary, that docuseries I was just talking about?
Your cell phone and say the keyword Red Mountain.
Amy Bradley is Missing is the name of it. It just, I don't like that. I think it's so clear. There's this whole production. There's everybody involved. There's all of these people. There's FBI. There's all of this stuff. And I feel like everybody just knows your daughter jumped or fell off the ship. It's a tragedy. It now happened coming up on 30 years later here. It now happened almost 30 years ago. You have to move on. You have to move on. I know as well as almost anybody, losing people is so tough. It sucks all of the dicks. But you have to put it behind you. You have to move past it at some point in time. It's crazy. The bass player's daughter at the end was so asinine. It was so clearly the producers of this docuseries manipulating a young girl who was questing for attention to call her father and suggest that he was the mastermind behind this in some way. It was so manipulative. It was so messed up.
7% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin.
2 minutes.
2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase.
What are your thoughts on those photos, though? There were photos, folks, that were supposed to be of a escort who was in the Caribbean, who looked like her quite a bit, and the FBI had determined it was her. My thoughts are there's probably a person out there who knows and will see eventually that those photos are her and that those photos are making the rounds, and they will probably come forward and say, this is me. I don't believe that they're photos of her. I think that she is dead.
Orlando's premier comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes D.L. Hughley, Friday, July 25th and Saturday,
My sister was killed in
26th.
the 29th of July, 2006, and the guy that did it is still at large. I need a documentary? Jesus, man. Sorry to hear that. That sucks.
As well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on social media platforms and get your tickets now at Orlando.
Okay, 1 minute, everybody. We're coming back in 1 minute. After the next episode, we'll do more on the Jacksonville thing. We'll do the police, or the sheriff's press conference, and the body cam footage, and the rest of that, and see what we can learn.
All of these Sam's Club great deals. Join the club today. Sign up for a membership at samsclub.com/join.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, PAY, P-A-Y, pay. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom.
Spread the word about the News Junkie, the radio show, podcast, and live stream that all your cool friends listen to, hopefully, or will after today. Send word around to them. Let them know. Visit thenewsjunkie.com. There's going to be a Netflix docuseries about my situation real soon here. Soon, based on some things happening here.
You jumping off a cruise ship?
Courtney pops into the studio and she's like, I'm going to go for a run. Or I was going to go for a run, but it tells me it's not going to rain outside. I can tell it's going to pour. It's going to pour.
Oh, absolutely.
And she goes, I can't go for a run. I can tell it's going to pour out there. And I was like, said, you need to start singing Blind Melon, No Rain. And she just stares at me.
Yeah.
And I go, you know what I mean? Blind Melon, No Rain. And she goes, and I go, Blind Melon, No Rain. And she's looking at me and she goes, you're a lot older than me.
Yeah, that's your time for sure.
And I said,
so this is going to be a murder documentary?
Yes.
Okay.
You never seen a person murdered with so many knives at once, okay? First of all, Blind Melon, No Rain is not some old thing. This should span generations.
It does
Do you not know what Blind Melon, No Rain is, Sabrina?
I mean, I do, but I feel like I grew up a little bit differently than Courtney did.
Well, we got a radio?
I had older influences, but she did too. But down in South Miami, Blind Melon was not on the radio. It was only because I had cool friends, 7th and 8th grade. Not saying Courtney's friends were not cool, but they were.
Yeah, you are
making me this mix CDs. Like they did with Blind Melon.
Everybody knows about Blind Melon. I bet even Dylan does. So. Yes, I do. I think
Dylan has to.
If they know Blind Melon, which has got to be a good portion of people, then they have to know No Rain. And then I even did the B-girl dance to try to bring her along. And then that was like...
Sorry, can you show that to the people who are unfamiliar?
No, I don't need to.
Okay.
But it's just a little spinny dance thing that they do. And I go, how in the world... This is not an age thing. She is, yes, 9 years younger than me, okay? She's 9 years younger than me. But I think the youngest of young. The little Zoomers probably know what Blind Melon, No Rain is, right? Like I would... If they don't, do they know who the Smashing Pumpkins are? Do they know, all these bands are that came from the times before?
You know how much it hurt when we were all watching Love Island and they said, "Where do you listen to the classics?" Like Backstreet Boys.
From the early 2000s.
So, yeah, I don't think that they are fully aware of Blind Melon and Smashing Pumpkins.
You say that, but guess what? When you put, Enter Sandman on the speaker at a stadium.
But why is
every person knows Exit. Every person is rocking out to it. Which one's older? Enter Sandman by Metallica or No Rain by Blind Melon?
I mean, Enter Sandman, but Enter Sandman and Metallica had a resurgence because of Stranger Things. Master of Puppets, mind you. But that also led to Enter Sandman if you were to go on their streaming service and see that was the number 2 most popular song by Metallica.
All right, I just wanted to check.
It's sad, but it's the truth, man.
Okay,
We're getting
Enter
old.
Sandman. You're right. Enter Sandman was 1991.
Sorry,
I was right.
one
I
more
guess
time?
on accident. I was right on accident. You weren't right. You didn't even say this.
Wait,
you just
Blind
kinda went
Melon
along with it.
before Enter Sandman?
No. Enter Sandman was from 1991, and Blind Melon's No Rain was released in 1993. Okay?
Okay.
So Enter Sandman is even older, and all the kids know Exit Light. They know that
Are
song.
you sure?
I am. Yeah, I am. I think young people know Metallica. I think young people know a lot of them, the cool ones, save for Courtney somehow, know Blind Melon's No Rain. I think it's a bop, man.
Popular songs?
No Rain is like the #1 song from Blind Melon, I would
That's
suggest.
the only Blind Melon song. I take that back. 3 is the magic number. But
the magic number, yeah. But mostly it was this. And let me tell you, off the backs of No Rain, we were going to have Blind Melon perform at Just Okay, our concert that we did for like a decade. We were going to have Blind Melon perform. Nobody's the same in the band. Shannon Hoon is dead. He died of a drug overdose a million years ago. And still, what do they want? $25,000 for Blind Melon with none of the Blind Melons in it?
It was ridiculous. It's almost like they didn't want to do the show.
Say what?
They probably
Watch your damn mouth.
We looked it up. We
Yin Yang, though, down to do it as long as it was in cash.
They were like, when I asked the Fray to play it, it's just okay. I was like, is the Fray available? Here's our date. Here's our venue. Here's what you can expect from the audience. And they said they're not coming out for shows right now for less than $100,000.
Okay, sounds good.
Did you?
I'll
tell
hear
them,
you on the repeats of Grey's Anatomy.
Did you tell them that I used to be in a band with the lead singer's wife, and that we asked for the band with the lead singer's wife discount?
They didn't respond to that. No, there's nothing. It was absolutely nothing. And then I even did my little bee dance for them too. I was like, here you go. Nothing. No levers moving at all on that one. So boy, she made me feel old there. And then she just kind of like walked away. Just left me there.
Going for my run now.
Dropped that little nugget and then bailed.
So I want to know from our young folks. We got an audience all over the place, all sorts of ages. We'll get back to the content here in a second. But I want
do you know about? There's not content.
Do you know No Rain by Blind Melon, or is that like an oldo thing that would be a reference that I shouldn't bring up?
Just like do a little pip here.
Mm-hmm.
Is that I did not know that song by the title. Maybe that's a elder millennial, dare I say, Gen Z thing. But as soon as you hear the then you know. And I bet Courtney would have known it.
Yeah. Well, I don't have time to do all that. I'm in between breaks talking to Skull Mike and whatnot. I'm shucking and jiving over here. You know, I don't like. Everybody should know these songs. But you are old? No. Well, a little bit. I'm in my 40s. I'm on my very, very, very early 40s. But I still feel young, and I feel like that song is still an absolute smash. So I don't know. I was very surprised. She just said, "You're older than me." Okay, an update on Malcolm Jamal Warner. Speaking of older than me, he was in a show, kids, called The Cosby Show.
Right.
And this was headed by a big comedian at the time, Bill Cosby, who was very funny and America's dad. And I lost track of him, but I think everything's still very cool in his world.
Can't see much these days.
Bill Cosby, very beloved, I'm sure still. No problems with him and the Jell-O stuff. But Malcolm Jamal Warner was the son on The Cosby Show. And we learned yesterday that he had died in an accidental drowning at 54 years old. And now some pretty crazy new details coming out about this. They said he was fighting the riptide and he was dragged by the current at the beach. And then they called for a rescue. And they sent all these people in to rescue him and get Malcolm Jamal Warner. I don't know if they said that as they were doing it, but come on, here he is. And they pulled him out of the water. And they said they proceeded to do CPR for 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Standard.
That's how long you would go?
Oh, yeah.
Because I got to be honest with you.
Some people have gone longer than that until EMT arrives.
I may have given up, if Ghislaine was on the beach and he wasn't breathing and I'm doing CPR on him, I don't know that I would go 20 or 30 minutes. I think that I would be like, Guys, it's been like 8 minutes.
Well,
Ghislaine is dead as hell.
I think that's a little stip with CPR, or at least like your chest compressions.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, you're just keeping that blood flowing and the air circulating until more drastic measures can be used. Yeah.
It hits you with the paddles.
Can do it for like an hour.
20 to 30 minutes is how long they were doing it on Malcolm Jamal Warner. And they said that it wasn't working. And the other crazy piece of this so far, this all went down in Costa Rica. One of the people who had seen Malcolm Jamal Warner out there and had tried to rescue him also got caught up in that current. And they had to do CPR on that person, too, the person that tried to rescue him.
Let me guess,
second person.
No lifeguard on duty?
I don't know if there was a lifeguard there or not. I'm not sure. But they were saying that they went out and they performed CPR on him and a second individual identified as Warner, I guess was the second adult male patient. Malcolm Jamal Warner is the main guy. And then the second person is not named in this.
We got new details. Caribbean Guard had posted in a Facebook post, Costa Rica's volunteer lifeguard group said lifeguards had patrolled the area in recent years, but at the time of his death, none were present due to lack of resources.
Oh, man. And maybe that's just the case in a lot of these places.
It also described Playa Grande as a notoriously challenging beach with signs in English and Spanish warning of drowning risks.
It's probably one of those spots where it's so damn beautiful that you look at it and you go, oh, man, I want to be out there on this beach.
So
but then
the signs,
is it still beautiful if it's littered with signs that warn about drowning?
I mean, the signs are clearly there for a reason. We now know. Like, this is a deadly and dangerous beach. Almost took out these two people.
How many thirst trap influencers you see posting pictures on the beach and you visibly see signs about drowning?
Well, I will also tell you.
4.
That might be right. This is also the reason why I do not go past my waist at the beach. If I do go to the beach and I go into the water.
Well, you did that one time at Hopetown, but you didn't have flippers on.
That didn't work out for me. That's another reason why. This is a newer rule, maybe in the last decade or maybe less than that, 5 years or so of my life. I'm not going past my waist or like my nips at the most. I'll keep it up to my chest.
But your nips are so close to your clavicle.
I don't think so. Are they? Why are you always focused on my nipples being weird? Do you have a thing about my nipples being weird? My nipples are totally normal.
I don't remember the last time I talked about your nips, but
yes, you did. Recently, you tried to get Ghislaine and I to measure our nipples on the show.
It was a news story. It's trying to be relevant.
Everything starts with a news story around here.
Correct. News junkie.
I don't know where it ends
Welcome
up.
to the show.
I don't know where it ends up, but it does. I don't know. I know this. I'm only going up to my chest. I'll say that. Instead of nipples, so it doesn't sidetrack anything.
Serious question, though, and maybe lifeguards or EMTs that listen. Same situation. If you, as an adult that can swim well, or a child caught up in a rip current or something like this situation, if you have a flotation device, are you still at high risk of drowning? That's my open question.
If you have a flotation device?
Yeah, like let's say he went out the same amount.
Like
distance.
a lifeguard would go out there with that big floaty
thing?
Yeah.
But if you want to go out and swim and you have a life vest on, like, are you still at risk of drowning because of that current? Or
well, I think you're just at risk of being sucked away more so and just bobbing around, right? By the current.
Have a chance at life still? That's my question.
The life vest would keep you floating at least. You'd just be pulled off into God knows where.
Somebody said Costa Rica Pacific side beaches are insane. Knee-high water still yields 8-foot waves.
Really? Knee-high? Maybe that's true. That's crazy. Well, let us know, folks who are lifeguards or otherwise inclined to answer the question, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Courtney texts. She says, I do know that song. I just didn't know the name Oldo. And, yeah, well, I mean, it took away all the wind from all the sails that I had. And if you're a cool music person, you should know the name. You should know the name of the band, the name of the song. You should know about this stuff. She apparently does not. Hate to say that, but she does not. All right, we're going to work in a couple of dispatches very quickly here and then rush to the break. Here is Justin with a dispatch.
What up, y'all? Happy today. Sean, I'm glad you said something about the docu-series because I literally thought, I'm like, great, now I'm that freaking middle-aged guy. All I watch is documentaries and docu-series because literally HBO, Hulu, Peacock.
There's a lot out there.
That's all it showed me. I'm like, great, there it is.
Hey.
No, it's just them.
We don't know what your point was, but thank you.
Finished the poop cruise last night. That one was. There were so many times where they would say something so crazy that I would just laugh and laugh.
I remember us covering it, but it wasn't until I watched that documentary that I knew how bad
I don't think we covered
was.
it.
All right, we've all seen
I
this.
was dead.
For those of you who haven't, it's a documentary which is better than the other one I mentioned, even though it's not the greatest. It's about a cruise that lost all power, was floating around helplessly in the middle of the ocean, and they call it the poop
train
cruise.
wreck series.
Uh-huh.
You know, so we were talking about that yesterday.
Like the Balloon Boy one that we mentioned on the show. But the thing that got me, and I want to know your honest answers, both of you on this, okay, and everybody else. They said over the loudspeaker, like, the ship is experiencing some power loss. If you need to go number one, we would appreciate if you went into your showers in your cabins and go number one in the shower. And I thought to myself, okay, it's kind of gross, but I could do that. I could pull that off. And then they said, we are going to be dropping off red bags at all your cabins. And if you have to go number two, go in the red bag.
I don't know how to poop in a bag.
Could you do it?
I don't. If I had to, that would be the first for me. I can't say I've ever done that before.
I've never done that myself. I think I might be able to completely shut down my body and just wait until the first actual opportunity. I can't go to the bathroom in a bag.
7 days later?
I have to. I can't go to the bathroom in a bag. I can't bring myself to do that.
I feel like it takes more than two hands for something like that.
You know what I would do? I would convince Courtney. I'd be like, we have to do this. You go ahead. Ladies first. You go first. And then when she went in the bag, I'd be like, I'm not doing that. Oh, God. And then every time she called me old after that, I'd be like, you pooped in the red bag, weirdo.
No rain.
Finally, I'd have some ammunition over. That's what I'm looking for. Did you like that gross docuseries, Ghislaine, or documentary?
I was fascinated. I had so many questions.
Gross, man.
If this were to happen today and you were a person with means, if you got somebody to come rescue you,
can you do that?
Is there anything illegal about jumping off the boat to swim to the person that you hired to come find you?
Try and stop me.
Can I just get a chopper with like a ladder to lower it down?
They didn't even have a reception, and then most of the people that they interviewed, it was like, for the most part, humorous. Oh my God, this is actually happening tales. The guy who kept just like sucking the soul and energy out of everything was the dad. Every time they went to him, he was crying.
Because he let down his daughter so much.
I'm like, this is, relax, man. This
Nobody
is so
died.
long ago. Your adult daughter's next to you. I believe she's forgiven you.
The chef.
The chef was the best.
The chef goes,
I'm never eating lasagna again.
No, come on, it's lunch. It's lunchtime.
They cover the poop with the toilet paper, and then they poop on the toilet paper like a poop lasagna.
I'll never eat lasagna again.
He's like chopping in the kitchen. He goes, I can never look at lasagna the same again. Like, dude.
We have.
It was hilarious.
It was a great documentary. I wish there was. That's one that I will take 2 episodes for.
That one, man. I turned my. I changed my review on that. I did have kind of a good time.
How is somebody having sex on that boat?
I don't know.
How is it anybody?
Right, because they opened up the bars.
Yeah, it was a poop cruise. They said free drinks, everybody, and then people started having sex. It's the most disgusting thing. Okay, we got to take a break. Quick break.
Big time.
When we come back, the next episode, 09, we'll get geared up for the next episode with Sabrina. After the next episode, we're going to get into the press conference from the Jacksonville sheriff and the body cam footage of that whole controversial viral arrest. And a lot more on the way. It's coming up next in the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
I mean, Ferrari was always my first love because of Tom Selleck. My next-door neighbor in Green Bay had that Ferrari.
That
and let me lay on it and take a photo.
Really?
Oh, boy.
Where's that? How old were you?
I was like 14.
Okay.
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Between Osceola Parkway and State Road. Hey! Might run into some
Hang tight, everybody. Hang tight.
Reduced visibility and slippery roads. Travel with caution this afternoon. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center of James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz Podcast.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
I'm Ben Ferguson.
Into the Trump term, and we have won historic.
And the Fergster here.
From securing the border
My podcast. All right.
We give you all the details.
Do you know? Trying to think of a song from around that time. You know, it's tough for me because I have songs in those really important growth years in my life that I listen to that no one knows, not even just Courtney. Like, I'll tell you, one of my favorite songs from the 90s was a song by a band called Four Squirrels. F-O-R Squirrels. Anybody know that? Four Squirrels. And to me, that was like the song of my childhood. That and Radish. Oh God, Radish was huge. But nobody knows this stuff, so I don't ever reference that. Four Squirrels, the Mighty KC. You guys know that? Oh gosh. What a jam. Give us the scoop on the poop. It's a bit gross. Four Squirrels and 7 Chipmunks ago? No, that's not it. No one ever knows it. Four Squirrels was an American alternative rock band in Gainesville? Yes. Sean's childhood was a fever dream? No, the Four Squirrels Mighty KC song is a great example of alternative rock. I used to stay up all night long and I would call 103.1 The Buzz, the station that I ended up working at for a while, and I'd go, can you play Four Squirrels? And they'd be like, yes. And then they did a giveaway. And me and my friend were listening. And we were like, oh, we gotta win this. Kept trying. We won tickets to see Four Squirrels. I'm going to see the Mighty KC performed live. I've never been more excited in my life, and the entire band died in a bus crash. Or something like that. 3 minutes and we're coming back. The English Beat Special Beat Service was the CD of my youth. Pretty sure we had the guy from the English Beat come in on the show, and then I made fun of him after he left, and he was not happy. Let me double check. C-Lane. Was that guy who came in and performed on the show that I ended up making fun of, was that from the English Beat?
Yes.
He was, okay. That's what I thought.
Why do you ask?
Somebody was just mentioning an old song like the one we were talking about, Blind Melon, and they said the English Beat, and I was like, I think that was the guy who was on the show.
I would expect more people to know Blind Melon than the English Beat.
I think so. Hum is that 90s band for me. She thinks she missed the train to Mars. She's out back counting stars. Bow.
These brands are known, respected, they deliver a quality product for a fair value price. So you don't have to compromise. At IDC, you will always
2 minutes.
guarantee a real, natural, rare diamond show.
I know Mighty KC had a boyfriend in college who loved them. We had them for so little a period of time. Also, like Orange 9mm was a great band from that time. I loved all those bands.
That's Mike sleeping soundly on a Sunday. That's because Mike was smart.
That one time at band camp?
Fall asleep fast, stay asleep longer, and deeply mysterious sleeping needs. So now he wakes up refreshed and ready to conquer.
Their 1995 single Mighty KC became an alternative rock radio hit about 3 months after a touring band accident. I don't think we played it 3 months after. We played it before because we won tickets to the show before they died in that van crash. I guarantee it. So I think our station must have started playing that song earlier.
So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare.
Rocked My World as a 14-year-old-ish, I think, at the time.
And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
And that made my first concert Green Day, I believe. Because I didn't go to that.
And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
iHeart's Yacht Rock Radio goes commercial-free every weekend. Enjoy the greatest 70s and 80s smooth, soft rock all weekend. All commercial-free.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, PAY, P-A-Y, PAY. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
Where if you're driving too fast, they can actually bring you to jail for your speeding. Well, now that they are able to do that, they are not finding any shortage of people to arrest. They arrested another person for speeding, and this was a woman who was on one of the state roads, and she was going 113 miles an hour, 40 miles an hour over the speed limit. She's driving 113 miles an hour.
I mean, that's fast.
They pull over this lady, Yasiria Kashanatal, 32 years old, and they go, ma'am, why are you driving so fast? You were going 113 miles an hour back there. And the woman goes, I'm going to pick up my dog. And they said, ma'am, that is not an excuse. And they brought her to jail. They arrested this woman. And
that's her best excuse.
Charged her with dangerous excessive speeding, and she got a citation for unlawful speed at the time.
Should have tried that Ted Nugent excuse.
I can't drive 55? Is that Ted Nugent?
That was Hagar.
Oh, yeah.
I think. No, that was a story that somebody told on a dispatcher an email yesterday about getting out of there. Because
Ted Nugent?
Where the cop wrote that they were in full control of their vehicle.
Yeah, well, here's what I think. There is a way to get out of these excessive speeding situations. But you need to be a woman. That's number one.
Hi.
You have to be a woman, or you have to have a woman with you. And I truly believe this is the only way to do it. If you're going 100 miles an hour plus, if a cop pulls you over, you need to pull out something that the woman could put under her shirt, and so that she could feign pregnancy, and you could be like, officer, we're on the way to the emergency room. She's giving birth right now.
She's in labor.
She's in labor. It's an emergency. And then the officer will be like,
you just passed the hospital.
I missed it again? And the officer will go, follow me.
Our midwife is at the next hospital.
And so then the officer hits the blues and the reds or whatever they got these days and brings you.
I thought the officer just got sad.
Yeah. Pregnant old lady.
Brings you to the hospital, and then you go, thank you so much, officer. And you run inside with the woman who's got the fake pregnancy
bump. We're going to name our kid after you, sir.
Does the cop ever go inside and check to make sure you're really giving birth after that?
Not if you call in a threat elsewhere.
I don't think the cop's going to check. I think the cop's going to be like, oh, it was such a cute story. I got him to the hospital afterwards. And then somebody goes, well, I looked. Nobody gave birth at the hospital around that time. They got one over on you, pal. I got you. That might work. Saying that you're on your way to pick up your dog going 113 miles per hour. It ain't going to do it. It's not going to cut it. I'm sorry. You can't do that. Zach says on YouTube, unless her dog was Lassie and somebody fell in the well, that is no excuse. Hey, isn't it true? And I don't want to be the actually guy here, but this is next level actually. Didn't Timmy not fall into the well and Lassie never saved him that way? Because that's the, what's that, Lassie? Timmy stuck in the well? That's like the token thing that people take from that stupid show.
Right.
Which, by the way, don't kid yourself. Don't let old memories get in the way. Lassie was a dumb show. It was a dumb show. Can't even imagine they would greenlight a show like that in 2025. Can you? Oh, brand new show on CBS.
Never watched it.
Guy has a dog, and the dog does stuff sometimes. Lassie. Nobody is ever greenlighting that these days. None. I always have sex with my girlfriend before driving, so I could say about officers she's pregnant. Good one. The police officer would put both of you in prison for endangering the child's life? No, they wouldn't. You know how many cops would give you a ride to the hospital? I believe that. I think a lot of cops would be like, all right, let's go. This is my moment right now. This is how we do it.
But then are you supposed to name the baby after them?
Yes, you are. I think you're almost required in a way. Why do you think Jackson's name is Jackson? Police officer's name was Jackson. And then he drove Ghislaine and his wife to the hospital. The rest is absolutely history. The kid's name was going to be Sean Wasson. Sean Wasson Lane. Would have been a great name. I would have stood by it.
Oh, of course you would have. It'd be weird if you didn't stand by it. I don't know. Would you stand by it if I told you that I'm going to name my kid Sean Wasson Lane? Wouldn't you feel a little weird about it? You would stand by that?
It would be weird. It would be weird. It gives me big flashbacks to the one time, and I think it was the one time, I believe, that we had my dad on the show, God rest his soul. And we were talking about my name, and I think one of you asked him, like, or somehow the conversation came up, it was like, why did you name him Sean? And my dad said, oh, there was this guy who owned a mechanic shop, and his name was Sean, or he worked at a mechanic shop.
I thought it was cool.
And he's like, I always thought he was a cool guy. And we're like, you named me after a dude you had a man crush on because you thought he was a cool mechanic guy? What the hell? So that's the vibes I would have got from that. Jackson's a better choice.
The guy that swaps out your brake pads.
Yeah, right. He's like, what a cool guy that guy was. I got a lot of emails, but we don't have a lot of time to get through these. All right, let's do two very fast. Todd emails the show. And he says, good afternoon, Sean. What's going on with the YouTube stream in the last week or two? I listen while working, and I'm not able to stream continuously. When I start and then pause it, I have other team calls and other interruptions. Then I try to keep listening. Starting the last weeks after 3 o'clock, YouTube is inserting ads that I have to constantly skip. This never happened before. Is this your doing or is this YouTube doing? I have no idea. I haven't heard that from anybody else. I really don't want to become a Twitcher, this person says. You don't have to call yourself that, but you can listen on whatever platform you want. I appreciate everything you and the team do every day. Number one show on the radio, baby. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop, Todd. P.S. We miss Fritz and love Skull Mike. Joseph emails the show, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. C-Lane looks like Shane Gillis. That is all.
I thought you got Shane Gillis.
I don't. Oh. But does C-Lane look like Shane Gillis? Let me get a good look at the man.
If he had a beard?
Yeah, if Shane Gillis had a beard, I can see it a little bit. Stare into the camera just for a sec. All right, let me get this up and then that up. Ready?
That same face of his.
Yeah. Okay, that.
All right.
Big smile,
hang
teeth.
on, that. And then
nail that
go,
smile. I could see it a little bit.
I could see it a little bit.
If he had a beard, I haven't seen C-Lane without a beard in so long.
Been a while.
Now. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? Gimme, gimme, gimme. It's a new milestone while a metal band's mystery countdown hits 0. Move over, Love Island. There's a new reality series in town, but this time, no hideaway, no Eden kitties, all virgins. Plus, don't go to the Dolly musical and sing along to Dolly, says Dolly. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James Miguel and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
And Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for our Tuesday, we are going to be expecting multiple rounds of heavy downpours, especially throughout this afternoon and evening. So today is a Fox 35 weather impact day. We could see the potential of some isolated flash flooding as well. So be sure to heed those warnings. More heavy rain will arrive as we head into our Wednesday as well, which is why tomorrow is also a Fox 35 weather impact day as we see several more rounds of heavy rain push through. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Is it time for a new job? Then it's time for Express Employment Professionals. Quit the endless online job search. Enlist the pros. Let a local recruiter from one of their 870 locations help. And Express never charges job seekers a fee. Go to ExpressPros.com.
There's still time to enjoy locked-in summer value at Sam's Club. Until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items. This is the perfect time to join Sam's Club and make the most of summer. So sign up for a membership today at samsclub.com/join.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll...
Hello. Welcome to the studio. Don't mind the crew outside. Stand by, I'll be with you in a moment.
Hey fellas, Russ Rollins here. Man, I feel so much better now that I got my testosterone all under control thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss. Listen, if you have low T, you can start for free now with Red Mountain Weight Loss. For a limited time, they're going to waive the startup fee. How cool is that? Listen, you'll gain muscle, lose fat, and lose that dad bod with testosterone from Red Mountain Weight Loss. Guys, real testosterone is available only by prescription, so go to Red Mountain Weight Loss to get yours. If you feel
Hey, chat. How many of you watched the Hunter Biden Channel 5 interview? And if so, what did you think about the Hunter Biden interview? I watched a little bit of that. It was way too long. I watched a little bit of that yesterday. What did you think if you watched the Hunter Biden interview? I made it halfway. 3 hours is long. He was high as a kite. I watched most of it, still have about an hour. Nope, no. Thumbs down. I think he seemed pretty unhinged. I don't know why and what was the point of that. Was the point as like a love letter to your pops? To be like, let me show you why these people all did my dad wrong, and the whole institution of the Democratic Party that took him down was wrong, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I wondered why. And also they were teetering on things like giving out the recipe for crack, and there was a lot of stuff that was a little weird. I learned what his voice sounds like, and it's not for me. I think he sounds so much like Joe Biden. His voice sounds like a young, healthy Joe Biden. It's kind of stunning to me. Healthy-ish. He just wants attention. Why did he do the interview? I don't know. I think he wanted to speak somewhere, and he didn't want to speak in clips. Most people don't anymore. People who want to do interviews don't want to go out and do interviews where they're like stuck in a 10-minute thing like we might even be able to do on this show. Maybe 15 minutes, break, 15 minutes. They want to do long interviews where they can get all their thoughts out. And where's Hunter Biden going to go? I mean, is he going to go to Joe Rogan's show? Hunter Biden's not going to go on Joe Rogan's show. No shot. So where's a place where he can sit down with somebody and do that same thing. I think that was kind of the option that he had. All right, we're coming back 30 seconds. The next episode's up next, and then we go to the Jacksonville Sheriff's press conference and body cam footage on the viral arrest. All right, here we go.
Even ordering coffee. But only one app gives you the live radio experience. It's radio your way. Anytime, anywhere. Join the millions already listening. The free iHeartRadio app. The #1 app for radio.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Your direct line to the heroes that saved Canada that one time. It's
Entertainment and beyond. We'll see what's going on with that in just a moment. Thank you for hanging out with us on a Share the Show Tuesday. Quick reminder for you, no matter what time it is, when it is, how you're listening, any of that, you can always send your feedback to get your opinion featured on the show. How do you do it? Email tips@thenewsjunkie.com, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Put anonymous on top if you want to be anonymous. And you can also send a dispatch, video or audio dispatches. You can record yours now at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
because there's a lot on TV. You can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Because my husband would have never done that. No one, he would never done anything like that.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
How are you?
Smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And you know what he's going to do for you? Never do anything like that. He's going to help you make your life a little bit easier. Refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, HELOCs, expanding your business, reverse mortgages, everything in between. Work with the legend, your friend, someone who's got your back, and that's That Mortgage Guy Don.
Don't miss the boat.
Yeah.
With ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Thank you.
26 years ago, 1999, we had a festival that began in Rome, New York.
99?
Woodstock?
Woodstock,
Just one
yeah.
of them days.
That's right.
Yeah. Supposed to celebrate the historic festival's 30th anniversary, and instead, there was anger, destruction, sexual assault, and mud poop.
Perfect.
So happy anniversary to Woodstock 99. And happy birthday to those born in 1999. We have a new law in Russia. Just giving everyone a heads up.
Okay.
If you're headed over to the motherland.
I'm not, no. But what should I be worried about?
New legislation, it makes it punishable by death. I'm sorry, death by wallet. They're going to give you a fine, maybe even throw you in prison if you merely search for Pussy Riot. The band. Just
They really don't like Pussy Riot
so,
there.
yeah, no. I thought they'd been laying low for a little bit. Are they back in the mainstream?
Yeah, they're not the big, political rock band of the moment. That's not them right now.
They must not be in Russia, though, right?
I don't
For fear
know.
of
I mean,
being thrown in jail?
yeah, they were for a while, but they probably aren't anymore. I don't even know.
It will take effect in September, targets people who deliberately search for knowingly extremist materials. The Government Justice Ministry defines such content with a running list of more than 5,000 entries. So be sure to peep that list. That includes websites, political slogans, books, artwork, and music. It was in 2012 that several Pussy Riot videos were added to the Justice Ministry's list of extremist content, including performances of the following songs?
I'm listening.
Free the Cobblestones, Kropotkin Vodka,
Oh, I love that one.
Death to Prison, Freedom to Protest, and Putin has pee-peed himself.
Oh. All right.
Oopsie daisy.
I got one like that about C-Lane. It's called C-Lane has pee-peed himself, but I haven't really rolled it out.
Clever title.
C-Lane done pee-peed. Back here in the U.S., this is also a warning that's being sent out to those that are attending the musical rendition of this gal's work.
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton is right. And if you do not heed her warning, you will also be punished by death. Or perhaps kicked out of the production altogether.
I was going to say that's a little extreme. But...
Preview of Dolly, a true original musical, is happening in Nashville, and she had a warning for the crowd. I had to go through 5 minutes of the warning. That was a big back and forth, and hey, y'all, how you doing? Very small talk with the guy who runs that theater. But I finally found the warning, and it is do not sing along to the songs that you so badly want to sing along to.
Why did they have to turn off the cell phones?
Turn off your cell
No
phone.
photos, please. No photos. If you could, right now is okay. But after this, no photos.
Okay.
And they said to turn off all the stuff, including you. They said every time you hear a song, you know that you're going to want to sing along. Well, don't. This ain't no hoot nanny. This is a Broadway musical.
This ain't no Who Nanny.
This ain't no Who Nanny. It's a Broadway musical, including all the songs that everyone wants to sing along to.
Question.
Answer?
At a traditional Broadway show, is it inappropriate to sing along to the songs?
So typically, I find that people don't do it. I will say when I went to the Cher musical, everyone was so gung-ho about following that unspoken rule that all 3 Chers were like, this is your time to sing along. If you guys could stand up and sing along with us, please.
They could break the fourth wall and let people in on that. When I went to the Tina Turner musical, they didn't have people singing along for most of the show.
But if you did, Ike would come and beat you.
At the end of the show, they turned it into like a mini concert, and then they were like telling people like, get up, start clapping, do the thing. I think they sung along at the Jimmy Buffett musical. That just seems like one of those things.
If you're going to do a musical of an artist whose songs are very beloved, I don't know how you can ask people not to.
It's hard with a jukebox
sing
musical,
along.
but if you're going to see like Les Mis or
what about Hamilton?
Hamilton, I think the general consensus would be that we paid to hear the performers perform.
I agree with that.
Who's we? 2 people, and everyone else wants to sing?
Jackass sitting behind me.
Sounds personal.
Yep. Maybe this will be less personal because everyone, I believe, here has lost their virginity. Segue?
Yeah, I have.
I have
C-Lane?
living proof.
Good. Well, for those of you that haven't, boy, do I have a show for you. Hulu presents Are You My First, a show about virgins looking for love. First question. Didn't we just talk about a show like that? Was it BBC or something?
Yeah, it's been done. I've heard a virgin-type reality thing before.
And now it's coming to America.
What do? They just try to have sex with each other?
Hottest group of virgins ever assembled.
Isn't that what they've spent their whole life trying to do?
Will search for intimacy, love, and maybe their first in a tropical paradise designed just for them. Hosted by Ariana Madix and that Scottish guy. So kind of like Bachelor in Paradise and maybe Love Island. But, never mind. Here we are. Why is it like Bachelor in Paradise? Because it's hosted by Colton Underwood and Caitlin Bristow.
Really?
It's going to start streaming August 18th. And I hope it goes well. And
At least one person's lying about being a virgin there.
Yeah, I think so.
They're just like, gimme sex. But how about gimme 1 billion streams? Congratulations to Appa. Thank you, Sean. 1, 2, 3, pitch change. Gimme. A Man After Midnight has hit 1 billion streams on Spotify. You did it, Appa. On the boob tube, America's Got Talent on NBC. First season finale of Caught in the Act, Double Life on MTV. Third season finale, Beyond Skywalker Ranch on History. and series premiere of Red Eye on Hulu. This one should be good because it's 4 sentences of a description I don't have time to read. Pete Davidson and Kid Cudi will be in Fallon and You, Follow Your Dreams. And me on Instagram, at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day. Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, a bunch of emails about the Jacksonville arrest. And it's time to get down to it. We got the press conference from the Jacksonville sheriff and then like the body cam stuff that they released. So we'll see if that changes anybody's mind on anything as we kind of get to the next phase of that story that we've been following here. After that, we can move on and see what else is happening. But that's a big one. So we'll put that all together with this new piece of information coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Expect intermediate lane closures. Emergency crews are on Florida's Turnpike, clearing up an accident southbound before US 192, exit 244 at the moment. All lanes are blocked. There's a crash getting cleared up here on I-4 westbound before Maitland Boulevard. The right lane's blocked there. The roadways are wet out there this afternoon, so traffic
Is sponsored by Everdor Garage Door. Hey! Rattles? Your garage doors crack. Hey! For just $49. They'll tune up and shut down the noise. Trust Everdor for smooth service. Look at Everdor.com. Everdor, the garage door that lasts evermore.
Imagine yourself winning $1,000 this summer. What you do each weekend? Upgrade your phone? Commission a custom portrait of yourself. Hey, we're not here to judge. We are here to give you that chance to...
Somebody says Sabrina's clipping? I must be a you thing, unless there was some sort of technical glitch. Hey everybody! We are currently halfway through Tuesday's show. Have you shared the show? Have you at least liked the stream? Have you at least liked the stream? Just take a second out of your time and like the stream right now. I would greatly appreciate that if you did it. It doesn't take a lot of work.
Friday, July 25th and Saturday, July 26th. Check our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. And we'll see you.
Man, I am really hoping that they let this Ghislaine Maxwell testimony happen. I know some representatives from the Department of Justice this week, I believe, are talking with her and her representatives and may even be discussing what are the next steps. I don't know if that would escalate to what I would love to see, which is like a live broadcast testimony. That would be bomb. But I don't know. House just recessed for a 5-week August break. Perfect. They got 5 weeks. Get this all lined up. August, everybody's back. Summer's over. Kids are back in school. Bam! Ghislaine Maxwell, punch to the face. Bombshell. All right, we have more updates. So the Jacksonville press conference, body cam footage. Are we going to see more? Are we going to see the hell? They were right. There is a knife on the floorboard, and he was trying to reach for it. Are we going to see that? I'm all ears and eyes. And we're also going to get an update on the MRI story, because I'm starting to have some question marks on that one. The MRI death story. If there's no Epstein files, then why is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison? What is she actually in prison for? Child sex trafficking. She was found guilty of child sex trafficking and other offenses. Hang on, let me go to her sentence. A lot of cases against her. Criminal charges, sex trafficking trial, she chose not to testify, conviction. On the 29th of December 2021, Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted by a jury in U.S. federal court on 5 sex trafficking related counts, carrying a potential custodial sentence of up to 65 years imprisonment. 1 of sex trafficking a minor, maximum 40 years. 1 of transporting a minor with the intent to engage in criminal sexual activity, 10 years. And 3 of conspiracy to commit co-ed felonies. It's co-ed felonies. Co-ed felonies. Like felonies that are connected to each other. She was acquitted on the charge of enticing a minor to travel to engage in illegal sex acts. A retrial was sought on the grounds that a juror did not disclose during jury selection that he had been sexually abused as a child. She was sentenced to 20 years in prison. She faces a second criminal trial for perjury, just so you know. She's like the devil with some big old boobies. Sometimes. Okay, here we go. Let's do this Jacksonville Sheriff's video. Press conference, body cam footage, more info. That's what we do around here. Viral news. Here we go.
If we don't win your case, you owe us nothing. For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah. Orlando.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS, B-I-L-L-S, BILLS. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Send him your tips and your deepest, darkest secrets. Email tips at the...
Tuesday. Thank you for being around us and hanging out with us today. This is where we do viral news. Welcome into the Viral News HQ with the 3 best friends you never knew you had. Learn more about the show at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, Ghislaine has partially assured me, at least, that the curse words that may be contained herein are censored out and that we can play them on these lovely radio stations we're on.
Good luck.
And this is the press conference related to that arrest in Jacksonville where the dude was behind the wheel of his car. He got pulled over. They said it was about lights. He was not listening to their commands. They told him to get out of the car. He didn't want to get out of the car. They smashed the window. All of this stuff is fine as far as I'm concerned. You can. The police officers have certain things that they can do. One of them is getting you out of the car, even if it includes breaking your window and pulling you out. But one of the officers very pointedly decided to take it upon himself. Extrajudicial punishment. You know what that means? Outside of the justice system.
Uh-oh.
The justice system exists so you and I have protections from the police, from the politicians, from anybody else that could try to rain down misery on our lives, even our fellow man. We're supposed to get justice, real justice. That's part of the American dream. We all deserve it. Are we getting it always? No. but we all deserve at least that much. Extrajudicial, meaning not around the judicial process. On your own, you decide to punch this kid who you think's being annoying and not getting out of his car in the face. You should never be a cop again. You should be charged with assault and battery for doing what you did. And we should stop with this nonsense plan that all these cops have where you just shuffle people like they're pervert priests from one place to another. That should be ended immediately. There's no reason why we can't do that. You cops need to earn back some trust from the people, from the regular ass people. You need to earn back some trust. Well, let's see. Maybe we missed something here. Maybe I've missed something here. The press conference with the Jacksonville Sheriff Waters is here.
So, good evening.
All right, what do you got?
Of course, I'm Sheriff T.K. Waters. This is Director Ed Cayenne from our Director of Homeland Security and Investigations. Our integrity unit also falls underneath him. That's why he's joining me up here this evening.
All right.
Today, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is releasing information regarding the circumstances of William Anthony McNeil Jr.'s arrest on February 19th of 2025. Yesterday, while I was in church, JSO became aware that cell phone camera footage purportedly of this arrest was circulating on social media. At my direction, the agency immediately began both a criminal and administrative review of the officer's actions.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to point out here, because I am this type of person, that they have decided to do a review of this arrest that happened in February. Why? Because the video went viral, and now people can go, well, that's crazy. And did they take it upon themselves to be like, hey, that didn't go well. This is going to come out. Let's nip this in the bud before it gets out there and makes us look bad. No, it's when the video goes viral that now we want to look at this. Okay.
Well, these administrative reviews knew that the officer punched the kid in the face.
I think the officers knew.
Oh, absolutely. The report has already been put in. Now, the person who posted the video, I imagine, was the purported victim. Did he just post it, or he posted it after? Okay.
I don't know if he's posted it before or multiple times or whatever, and it just hit this time. It became viral, but he did. This was a recent posting from him, and it went viral on Sunday. We talked about it on Monday before most people started to get into this, and now here we are already. There's been a lot of pressure that's come out of this.
Ongoing, but the state attorney's office has determined that none of the involved officers violated criminal law.
Well, somebody said Sheriff J.B. Smooth.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That is spot on.
That's not wrong. He looks and sounds like J.B. Smooth.
Even though the administrative review has yet to be completed, we are releasing the body-worn camera footage today because Officer Bowers has consented to its release and waived his officer's bill of rights pertaining to the discrete piece of evidence. Because the administrative review is pending, the officer's bill of rights prevents me from releasing any additional information beyond these videos, as it is confidential under Florida Statute 112.532.
Must be nice to have your own bill of rights.
I have vowed to be open and transparent with the public that we serve. Whether the information shared reflects well in this agency or not, I have always done my very best to tell the public exactly what's going on within the agency.
All right.
When there are allegations of officer misconduct, our agency thoroughly investigates those allegations. And when allegations of officer misconduct are sustained, we hold officers accountable, as I've done many times in the past. In this case, the cell phone camera footage that began viral circulation over the weekend does not comprehensively capture the circumstances surrounding this incident.
Tell me what I'm missing.
That is to be expected. Part of that stems from the distance and perspective of the recording cell phone camera. Another part of it stems from the fact that the cell phone camera did not capture the events that preceded Officer Bowers' decision to arrest.
This is dumb. I'll tell you why. I'll be quick here. This is dumb. This is a thing a lot of officers like to do because they know they can hoodwink you. They'll like to say, well, you didn't see the whole story. Let me tell you without a shadow of a doubt, the whole story doesn't matter. The whole story doesn't matter because there's nothing in the whole story that can make it okay for a police officer to purposely punch someone in the face. Okay? All right, they do this stuff all the time with these guys. Well, you don't know. The whole story will come out. And then I took a lot of heat from this back in the day during the Markeith Lloyd thing. Markeith Lloyd, scum of the earth, terrible human being, cop-killing scumbag, right? But I said, this is crazy of me to demand that police not be hypocrites in this stuff. They beat him so bad, arresting him because he killed another cop. They knocked his damn eyeball out of his head, all right? And I said, I was one of the few people, even though no one cared, at that time to go, hey, one wrong doesn't make another wrong okay? Okay? And
I feel
just
like there's
because
another way that people say that.
two rights don't make a wrong. Just because
swing and a miss again.
But two wrongs don't make a right.
There you go. Third time the charm.
Two wrongs don't make a right. And in this case, it's absolutely fundamentally true. Like, you can't, just because somebody's a cop killer, beat them so badly and get your own vengeance on them. Again, extrajudicial vengeance on your own, because it makes you feel good. You can't just punch this guy in the face because you're a cop and they're not. Therein lies the problem at the root of all this, the poisonous, cancerous, nasty, stinky, poopy problem. If we go back to the beginning of the
Watch
show.
your poop mouth.
So the context doesn't matter when it comes to the punch in particular.
Okay,
Right? Neil, go ahead.
The punch in particular, which I completely agree, uncalled for. Now, let's say we find out, which I believe we already would have, that this person had a record. That they were a criminal. Now, is the punch a little bit more warranted?
No.
In your opinion?
No. In my opinion, and beyond my opinion, what I think is actual justice, no. It shouldn't matter if you got pulled over 100. This guy's been pulled over a bunch of times. His father appears to have a pretty long arrest record. His father's a sexual predator. I don't know how any of those things matter. What matters to me is each encounter, the way you should be treated in each encounter, I think should be a complete reboot, basically.
I agree.
But barring like this person, every time they're pulled over, fights with the cops, and we know that he's going to be like some sort of issue. I mean, I mostly think it should be a reboot each time you get pulled over.
Or if they were on the run for violent things.
Then that might be a little different, because you might say, we knew this person was armed and dangerous. They had threatened that they were going to do X, Y, and Z. But I think generally speaking, cops should be respectful. You should be respectful.
And I agree. There's have been instances in the past where the rap sheet comes up after, especially black men have been beaten and or killed, where it's like, well, they were a criminal, or this is what they did in the past. I think reboot and every single pullover should be the same for every single person is something I completely agree on. It's just, why did it take this long for that kind of message to go out?
Where do you think it didn't go out?
In the past. I don't have I don't have a specific example right now for the sake of time.
Okay.
But I do agree with you on what you're saying about this particular case.
I think that if they go, well, this guy gets pulled over all the time, or he was convicted of this 5 years ago, or his father is a sexual predator, that doesn't make it okay in my mind to punch the guy in the face. But let's see what else JB Smooth said.
Moreover, cameras can only capture what can be seen and heard. So much context and depth are absent from recorded footage because the camera simply cannot capture what is known to the people depicted in it. As a 33-year law enforcement officer, I understand the importance of thorough and complete investigations. One piece of evidence considered in a vacuum without any context can lead to skewed conclusions. When incomplete cell phone camera footage becomes the basis on which public opinion turns, the results can be equally faulty.
All right.
A rush to judgment, whether it be in a criminal investigation or in a court of public opinion, can lead to flawed conclusions. Tonight, I'm sharing the footage from the body-worn cameras of the arresting officer, Officer D. Bowers, and two of the assisting officers, Officer D. Miller and Officer G. Curse, so that the public has more complete understanding of this incident. Before I deliver the currently available information and play the relevant body-worn camera, I want to be clear about something. Yes, there absolutely was force used by the arresting officers, and yes, that force is ugly. But as I've said many times before, the reality is that all force, all violence is ugly. And just because force is ugly does not mean it's unlawful or contrary to policy. But moreover, I want to provide the public with some background information pertinent to this incident. Since January 1st, 2025, Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has been involved in 38,805 traffic stops.
I'm getting a lot of dancing around what actually happened here. I'm not hearing anything about this particular situation. He's giving us numbers. He's giving us, just because it's violent and violence is ugly doesn't mean that it's unlawful. But we're talking about this particular situation. Was it unlawful in this sense? You're not answering that.
Also, just because it's ugly and violence is ugly doesn't mean it's unlawful. Well, yes, but sometimes it is.
Correct. So what are your thoughts on that? And
that's the problem. And now he's going to say,
act like if there's whatever was played before doesn't take away from the fact that they broke the window and the guy punched him in the face afterwards. So
yeah, I mean,
come on.
To me, I don't know how he's going to explain the punch. That's what I'm really waiting for here, but we'll see. He's about to get into the body cam footage.
He's not going to show the cell phone footage that's been going viral. He's just going to show what's on the body cams.
Is it not good? Is it bad for him or what? You've seen more of this than I have.
I've seen the body cam footage of the arresting officer, the one who broke the window.
Okay.
You do not see a punch.
Oh, really? And you don't?
Like it was edited?
No, I don't think it was edited at all. I just think that the angle at which it was delivered was you could see like the car.
All right, let's get to this.
Even as I speak, that number is climbing.
630.
The overwhelming majority of these tens of thousands of traffic stops are made.
I'm gonna go to
Officer Bowers, the stopping and arresting officer, Officer Miller, the second responding officer who spoke to McNeil from the passenger side of the vehicle, and Officer Kirsch, one of the assisting officers.
Here we go. This is his body cam footage. All right, the audio's not on yet, but I don't think because he's still driving. All right, this is inside his police car as he's like pulling this guy over, I would imagine.
So riddle me this. This body cam footage is always on in Jacksonville, and then there's some officers that have to... Granted, I am going to more of the generic body cam on police kind of thing, but it's just so interesting to me that we're watching him drive versus other instances where we have asked for body cam footage and we don't see anything.
I may be wrong. I thought they were required to turn it on when they initiate a stop or when they're doing something, but it may be just always recording. I am not sure what the answer to that is. We could look it up, but all right, here we go. Now he's pulling him over. I'll try to turn it up.
Well, they'll turn it up in a second.
Will they? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he's getting out, going up to the vehicle. This is the guy's vehicle, this SUV?
Yep.
All right, he's got a Kia SUV. He's opening the door. Excuse me, sir. He says, I don't have a window that works, which is why he didn't roll down the window. He kicked open his door. All right, he said, is there a reason you're pulling me over? And I think they're just about to turn the volume up, like Ghislaine said.
Inclement weather and what?
And the other one, 2, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
2 things, you're not wearing your seatbelt. 3, I don't need a lights. It is not weather. It's not raining. Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
I do want to say they're about to turn it up a little bit more here. It also is worth pointing out, it is not raining in this moment. I don't see rain on the windows of his vehicle.
Inclement weather, Sean.
Yeah, it does look stormy, but it is not actively raining.
It looked a little bit from the inside of his car video before the window gets punched out. Mm-hmm. It looked a little foggy, but I don't see... This doesn't look like rain to me.
Not here, no. Saying, why do you pull me over? All right, shut the door. He said driver just slammed the door and locked it. Call your supervisor. All right, now you can see what's happening because he just said, call your supervisor through the door and what's the reason for you pulling me over? That's led to some people emailing and they're like, this guy is one of these, what do they call them? Hang on, let me just keep this email. Yeah, sovereign citizen. Somebody said, this guy's a sovereign citizen. There's an entire group of people out there that call themselves sovereign citizens. They don't think the laws apply to them when they're driving. They often feel themselves getting pulled over and arguing with the officers, exactly like this man is doing. Many of them refuse to get out of their cars and end up having their window broken and pulled out of the car and arrested. Here's one example, says Tim. That is indeed a thing, yes. But I don't know that this guy is of that movement or, what's going on. I just know that this is the interaction he had. Calling for backup.
Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. My camera's on, too. I've already told you.
Why'd you pull me over?
Right now you're under arrest for resisting. You understand? You're under arrest for resisting. The longer you take us on, the worse
So all of this, by the way, is fine. It doesn't look like the officers are doing anything wrong. He's telling him to get out of the car. He's telling him you're under arrest. All these things. He's calling for backup. That's what you would do.
Keep your hands where I can see them, sir.
You can see them. All right, now many other cops are pulling up. Sorry, this is incredibly loud audio, but it is what it is.
Is this the only way they released it, or did they give the files to the public?
I haven't seen the files. This was just how...
Because they got the watermark and captioned it themselves, which is very convenient.
They probably did. They usually release it along with, but yeah, I mean, this is them filming the screen.
Sir, it's your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit, or we are going to break the window.
Yeah, he did, and this is one of the things we talked about yesterday that was not necessarily on the viral video that went out. He did warn the guy multiple times that he was going to break that window.
Yeah, and again, even my initial point was not that breaking the window was a problem, was not that having him get out of the car is a problem, is that punching him in the face is a problem.
Well, yeah.
Punching him in the face is a problem, and it's kind of crazy that it didn't show up on this from what you're saying. This is going to be the moment where he breaks the window.
Two more cops show up?
Yeah, another one's about to pull up.
Hey,
I'm about to break the window.
I'm about to break the window.
Go for it.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh.
Okay, so it
Long
just so happens that as he's smashing the window, the body cam pushes up against the body of the vehicle.
Right.
Thus blocking the view of when he punches him square in the face from this.
Not only blocked, it was a full pause of that footage.
Which, by the way, would have led to what? All right, and I want you to walk this back mentally and see where this lands with you, okay? What would have led to what? The police report, which I read to you earlier, which did not mention him punching him in the face, okay? The body cam footage, if they went to that, which because he pushed it up against the side of the SUV as he was smashing the window out, does not show him punch him in the face. But the video recorded inside the car, which very clearly shows him getting punched in the face, right? So they would have gone, that's not in the police report. It wasn't highlighted on the body cam footage. You didn't get punched in the face. You got arrested because you wouldn't get out of the car and you refused. That's what they're shaping up for.
Kind of proves exactly what the sheriff says before he plays this video, where it's like, yeah, one camera doesn't show the whole story. Well,
yours did not.
Yeah, this one did. No.
Show me your hands.
Show me your hands.
I didn't watch any of the other officers' videos.
Okay. I don't think we need to. All right, they're grabbing him out. Pulling him out. So there they go. Now they've got him down. He's arrested on the ground, cuffs on him and all that stuff. The crazy thing is
a weather pullover, and
I don't know why. I don't know if officers do this on purpose, but it seems quite clear to me that they know if they're moving around in a certain way, you can't see all the stuff that's going on. Because in this footage, and I'm sure from the other officers' body cam footage, it's the same, you can't see that they also threw another punch at him. But from the guy's own recorded footage from his car, it is quite clear that they punched him at least 2 times, if not more times. So I don't know if they strategically do that.
Is that not something that is allowed by the public, or at least freedom of information? Because what we're being shown is footage from a press conference that is captioned, has the sheriff's watermark on the right, and already we could tell that initial punch where that person was sitting in their car was not in the footage. So much so that it seemed like there was a long, pregnant pause at the moment of the punch.
Yeah.
Where's the raw footage? Then we can determine the public.
I would suggest, and I do not know for sure, but I would suggest that they probably, with the press conference and everything they do, they usually say, here you go, and they give the media whatever it was they were playing. So they
Raw
show them on the
footage,
television.
not captioned with watermark.
I don't know if they gave them anything different or if there was any kind of edits or anything done to it, but generally speaking, in the stories that I've seen over the years, they will show them on the TV, walk them through it, and then also release the body cam footage. I don't know if they did that in this case. I do not know. But I don't know. I'll have to see if they put it somewhere on their website or gave that out to the media. But it's clear that the footage doesn't show what you can see very clearly from the other side of this. All right, let us know what you think. We'll get some feedback on that. We're running a little late. We'll get back with you and your comments next. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
The Monsters in the Morning.
Try it with Angel. Try it with Angel.
Holmesy.
What?
You know what?
So uncomfortable.
I want to let you know. I appreciate a lot of things that you do. I love you, man.
Yeah, you're the man, dude.
That's all you got.
I got goosebumps. I hate it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center. Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Only one lane's getting by on Florida's Turnpike southbound before US 192, exit 244. Traffic's backed up from the Greenway there. There's crews on the roadways clearing up an accident on I-4 westbound before Maitland Boulevard. Move over and slow down if you see emergency vehicles on the roadways. The roadways are wet out there, so travel with caution. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 8.
Hey, everybody. Let me tell you something. All right? Real big lesson here. Really, really, really big lesson for absolutely everybody. Record. If you at all have the ability to do so, record the interaction with the police, even though they have body cams. It's clear to me, and you may disagree, that's fine. It's clear to me that cops and law enforcement in general have had body cams for long enough now that they have considered things that they can do to obscure what's happening. I don't think it was any accident that this officer punched this dude in the face and also had his body cam up against the car at the same time that happened. That's a little crazy. Officer was an asshole and needs his badge taken from him? I mean, I would think it should be pretty clear cut that the officer who punched him in the face was absolutely undeniably in the wrong, and they should not allow that in law enforcement. The problem is there's still a lot of people who support law enforcement so much and so blindly that they buy the simplistic bumper sticker argument of either F around and find out or play stupid games and win stupid prizes. Those two are really, really powerful slogans. So people will go, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. If he would have just got out of his car, everything would have been fine. He wouldn't have had that interaction with the police. But none of that negates that an officer did something wrong. All right? And until we have sort of a moment with a lot of people, and if I'm honest, there's a lot of people who tend to be right of center, the law and order types. Those people who will, in these cases, almost always run defense for the cops, they're only one stop away from changing their mind. And it's to stop when you're the person and you see that the cops do sometimes go too far. Everyone, including his fellow cops, should want this bad apple removed from the bunch? I mean, I do. I would think good cops would. I would think if I took almost any cop, sidelined them away from all these cameras and microphones, showed them that video, and be like, tell me that wasn't a moral wrong that was done there. Tell me this wasn't extrajudicial punishment done by this officer. And tell me that's not bad behavior by a cop. I think every single one of them, to a last person, would admit it at the end of the hallway. But in front of the media, they'd be like, all he had to do was comply. All he had to do was get out, you know.
Cocoa Beach is where adventure meets relaxation. So, when you visit Orlando, don't just
Okay, we are coming back in 3 minutes. We'll get geared up for jury duty, which we'll go into what happened with the Soto case. If you don't know that, it's very interesting. We also have an update coming up probably at the start of the final hour of the show, Power Hour, with the MRI story, where the guy had the big necklace on and it pulled him into the MRI machine and he died. That one's getting very fishy, and I want to see what you think about it. This happened in February. Why are we just now seeing it? For whatever reason, I do not know why, but for whatever reason, the 20-something-year-old dude decided to just release it this past weekend. He also just lawyered up with some pretty famed civil rights attorney like Benjamin Crump, I think, and some other people who tend to represent black people against the police. I don't know if he was partnered up with them before this and maybe they structurally and strategically decided, hey, you should release this so it gets some attention and people react to it, or if maybe he just naturally said, okay, I never released that video, let me post it. I don't know. But it happened. Also, Stephen Colbert responding to Trump. A couple of you interested in that? We'll see what happened there.
You can start for free now with Red Mountain Weight Loss. For a limited time, you're going to wait the startup fee. How cool is that? Listen, you'll gain muscle, lose fat, and lose that dad bod with testosterone from Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Getting fishy? It's been fishy. Why would anybody just be let back into the MRI with that thing on his neck? The story about the MRI death really comes down to the story being told by the surviving wife and the story not necessarily being told in public by the place that did the MRI. There's some big differences in those stories. 90 seconds and we're coming back. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate the kind words. There's a fine line between being able to use force and excessive force. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty clear to me when I watch these things, like, just like it's clear what pornography is when you see it. It's clear what is overstepping your boundaries and punching somebody in the face because I know you were mad that they didn't get out of the car. And I think purposely hiding your body cam's angle on it while you do it should make it so you can never be a cop again. All other cops should agree that that's bad behavior. And law enforcement shouldn't protect people who are engaging in things like this. Leave that up to the judicial system. Not you. You don't get to do that. It should never work that way. And we're still the one. All right, we're coming back in just a second here. Trying not to get a copyright violation for the music that's playing right now in the commercials. Here we go.
Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Yacht Rock, and make it a preset now.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BILLS. B-I-L-L-S. BILLS. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Meet the three friends Bill Cosby called frat bros. This is the...
To some of your responses on what we've talked about, everything happening in viral news today, as always, because that's what we talk about around here. You can learn more over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get geared up for jury duty in a minute, and don't miss jury duty. We've got some stuff on the Madeline Soto case, which I think is important to hear. After that on the show, we'll get to another update in the MRI death, which has kind of been keeping our interest on the show. And more info that comes out, the more info that I see kind of makes me wonder what really happened here. Because yesterday was a big moment in the situation where this guy died because of the MRI machine.
Is there video or is this?
I don't know.
You saw
I don't know.
Did you see what I'm talking about? Because
no,
there's like blurred footage and it's very quick, but it seems like they've released footage of this happening.
I haven't seen that. I feel like I might have seen that if it was real, but maybe it is real. See if you could find out any information on the video.
Is there a reason to just be monitoring MRI rooms like that?
I wouldn't imagine unless they have like insurance reasons that they want to monitor it. But we got a real he said, she said thing that's boiling up to the surface on the MRI death. And I do want to hit that probably in the power hour, the last hour of the show. Right now, Stephen Colbert is responding to President Trump celebrating the cancellation of his show in his own open monologue. He's not saying the other words that aren't curse words like CNN said at the beginning of the show. Poop. No, he's not saying that at all. Trump said, I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings. I hear Jimmy Kimmel's next. He's even less talented than Colbert. And Stephen Colbert said, how dare you, sir? Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go F yourself. That was his message back to Trump. I'm sure he will never recover from this particular slight, but go F yourself is what Colbert said on his show as a response to all of this. He said he found out about the program's cancellation the day before. David Ellison, CEO of Skydance Media, the company taking over Paramount, met with the FCC chair last Tuesday. And, they're trying to finalize that deal, but they're not happy with each other. That's nothing new. Those two, Trump and Colbert, have not liked each other very much, I don't think. All right, let's see what we got here. Some emails coming in.
Not a lot of these people that Trump does like.
No, I don't think so. Not the late night guys. No, there's not a lot of Trump fans on the late night circuit, I don't think.
Except Gutfeld.
He'll go on Fallon, though. Didn't they have a whole thing?
No.
They did, but not anymore. Fallon got so bullied by everybody else. Like, how dare you not have an opinion on this? You tousled his hair.
In that post that he put about, kind of celebrating Colbert's firing, he said Kimmel's next. And then he said something about that clown that ruined the Tonight Show. He wouldn't even say Fallon's name.
Oh, man. Yeah, maybe he feels like really betrayed by Fallon. All right, this says, please keep me anonymous. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Hello, News Junkie. My shot's on the officer who punched the guy in the face. I will start out by saying, yes, the guy was in the wrong, and he should have exited the vehicle and not shut the door. But with that being said, the officer started to escalate the situation. The guy did not deserve to be punched in the face. He was not resisting with violence. Today's law enforcement is not educated enough in the laws and Constitution to do their job correctly. Look it up. It takes longer to become a beautician than it does a police officer. P.S. Enjoy the show.
True?
Keep up the good work. I don't know if that's true or not. I hear a lot of people say that, but I don't believe the overall basis of what the thrust of your opinion, Anonymous, and that is that somehow this is a training issue. No, I don't believe that. I think there are a lot of police officers who don't know the law nearly as well as they should. Yes, I think absolutely there's a lot of police officers that don't know the laws necessarily as good as they should. But I don't think it's a lack of knowledge. I think it's them in many cases being hot-headed and then knowing, or at least thinking, what they can get away with. And when you watch the body cam footage or look at the police report, which a lot of juries are going to take to be as gospel, the juries are going to be like, well, the police report doesn't say he punched him in the face. And his tooth was busted, yeah, and he needed some stitches in his lip, but that was probably when they dropped him on the ground and had his face on the asphalt. Well, let's watch the body cam footage. You watch the body cam footage, and the cop is pressed up against the side of the SUV very conveniently. And I would argue, because I'm a skeptical man, that wasn't accidental. I would argue that officer was sitting there angry at the man for not following his orders and directions. And he said, I know exactly what I'll do because I know that they're going to pull this body cam footage eventually. I'll push it up against the side of the SUV. I'll punch him in the face, and no one will be the wiser. They do it because they can get away with it, or at least they have so far. Love the show. Keep up the good work. Oh, at least I said good work. Let's see. Somebody on the poop cruise. The best part of the documentary was when the other crews came by and never stopped partying. True.
That
I
was
forgot about
savage.
I forgot
They're
about
like,
that.
woo, look at them.
They were partying, dancing. The music was loud. They're taking pictures of the poop cruise. And meanwhile, these people just had to randomly figure out, they're like, hey, if this working boat is near us, maybe we can get some cell phone reception. And then they're all with their phones in the air trying to get some sort of message.
And that's when the word got out.
Yeah. In case you didn't know, we're talking about the Poop Cruise documentary. Poop came up way too much on this show so far.
We have about 10 more uses until we'll get
so we hit our max. Where the cruise ran out of power because there was some problems, and then the cruise ship was like kind of just floating in the ocean, and they couldn't use the bathrooms and all kinds of stuff. And the other cruise ship, as the emailer said, pulled up next to them, and everybody on board was like, yeah, partying.
Ole,
And they're just looking over going, son of a bitch.
Not you.
Must have been nice.
You know who seemed kind of, I don't know if skeezy is the right word, but that maritime lawyer
With the cigar in his mouth for the last 15 years.
and then just like, this guy looks like he has sued a lot of people over boating stuff and made a lot of money.
Mind you, this was
he looked like a mobster.
Post lawsuit interview.
Yeah.
As well. Like, he had no problem showing how rich he has become over Poop Cruise.
I don't think he got any money off of that, though.
That's what they said at the end.
I thought
Spoiler
that the
alert,
end
settled all of them.
Oh, did they? I thought that they got like a free cruise and some other things out of
The
it.
people on the boat got a full refund, $500, and a free cruise. I'd be really curious to know how many people took them up on that free cruise offer
After the cruise,
after
the poop
yeah,
cruise? Another one, tipsofthenewsjunkie.com. Hey, you guys were talking about how to get out of a speeding ticket like the Ted Nugent guy. I'm a very young man from 1981. That checks out. 1981 is very young. I agree. About 25 years ago, I was driving after having a couple of beers and got pulled over by a police officer. My buddy in the back seat called 911 to report a car accident 4 blocks away from where we were pulled over. The cop got a call from dispatch right as he was coming to my window. He paused for about 10 seconds listening to his radio and then ran back to his car and drove off. We went to the next bar and taxied home from there. I've heard many people doing these sorts of things. Yeah,
That is bad. Don't drive drunk.
You're not supposed to. The
Also,
craziest thing about drinking and driving.
Report?
Yeah, the craziest thing about drinking and driving to me is like for a lot of young people, you don't even understand. But before the 80s and 90s, which I think was the big push was from Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Right.
They used to do a lot of stuff. They would put vehicles that had been completely trashed by a drunk driver out on the side of the road, and they'd have these huge successful campaigns. But in the 70s and the 60s, and certainly going back to the 50s and before that, no one really cared about drunk driving. It wasn't a big deal. You didn't get in trouble with it. It was at like officers' discretion in most cities if they wanted to charge you with it. It wasn't until the 80s, the 90s, and beyond, if you were a radio station, that sort of became a bigger deal.
The 80s and 90s and today.
And today, yeah, all those hits. So that would include Blind Melon, No Rain. I've been pretty sure. All right, quick break. When we come back, the poop cruise continues. We will get into jury duty.
We only have 11.
That's it? Damn it. We got to talk about the Madeline Soto case and what happened in court yesterday, and a man arrested for doing something. Now that I look at the headline, yeah, that'll get you arrested. That'll do it. We'll get into what happened. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is 11-year NBA veteran Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Thrivent.
Buccaneers coach Todd Bowles says left tackle Tristan Wirfs will be back from knee surgery sooner than later, but he can't say whether he'll be ready for Week 1. The Rays will look for some payback against the White Sox tonight after they got rocked on Monday. Drew Rasmussen takes the ball tonight for Tampa. And 12-time NBA All-Star Chris Paul, he'll play his 21st and likely final NBA season with the Clippers after he signed a one-year deal yesterday. I'm Scott Davidson.
At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Protect your home with Hurricane Impact windows, affordable, energy efficient, and my friends at Reese Windows and Doors are the experts. They have been installing windows over 50 years. They can get the job done, usually in less than 8 weeks. And right now, you buy 2 windows, you get 1 free. Installation is included. You also get that double lifetime warranty, which transfers when you sell the house. That increases the value of your home, and it protects you. It increases your peace of mind, and that's a great thing. Another great thing is Reese Windows and Doors wants to give you some free windows. How do you do that? You get a free quote, and you register to win $15,000 in free windows by texting the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129 from Reese Windows and Doors.
This is Monster Jam. Get ready for big time fun for the whole family. Featuring Gravedigger, El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more. Brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Visit MorganMonsterJam.com to save $15 on tickets. Courtesy of Morgan & Morgan. Visit website for restrictions and details. Coming to Kia Center August 2nd and 3rd. Tickets on sale now.
It's the Freedom Sale at Greenway Kia. Central Florida's largest Kia inventory is tariff-free and marked down thousands below MSRP. Qualified buyers, no payments all summer. No payments until next fall. Stuck in a car you hate? We'll set you free, even if you owe thousands more than it's worth. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Kia. The Freedom Sale is on now. Click greenwaykias.com or visit us on East Colonial, West Colonial, or 1792 in Longwood.
Negative equity refinanced. Offers subject to lender approval guidelines. Expires 8/15/25.
Going to nursing school can change your life, but that doesn't mean it's easy. You have commitments, family, a job. At Galen College of Nursing, we understand that, which is why we provide one-to-one tutoring support and assigned academic advisors who will work with you to keep you on track from day one. You can change the course of your life and the lives of people counting on you. Because we believe the better we care for nursing students now, the brighter the future of nursing will be. Galen, the now approach to nursing education. Join us at galencollege.edu.
Joining us on this episode are real
party people.
Jury duty coming up in about 3 minutes here. A good jury duty on the way. Some very interesting things. I think you're going to be entertained. I often think you're going to be entertained. But this time, I almost guarantee it. You're going to like the way you're entertained. I guarantee. Please like the stream on a Share the Show Tuesday. I would appreciate if you did that. Please like the stream over on YouTube, and subscribe, please. Are there any Gen X people in here? I bet. Probably, right? Okay, I'm going to hand off Sko Mike to Do Mike for C-Lane, but you guys have to get his attention. All right? I'm not going to tell him to take over. You have to get his attention. So see if you can get his attention in chat. All right?
Try Spruce. Wherever weed killers are sold.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Serving in the military requires great sacrifices, not just for one's country, but also for one's family. Not surprisingly, divorce for soldiers is especially difficult, and it raises a number of challenges that are peculiar to military divorce, things such as deployments, relocation, retirement benefits. These issues can be complicated. So if you're a soldier facing such challenges, go to CordellCordell.com.
Orlando, Florida. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois. CordellCordell.com.
An official message from Medic.
What happened He gave it up. He relinquished to the dull mic. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. How's everybody doing? Oh, spam risk is calling. I'm not Uncle Chris. This is not the Uncle Chris podcast. The craziest night of my life with Uncle Chris. As you can imagine, texting services pretty interesting today. A lot of back and forth on this Jacksonville cop thing. It's gonna be an interesting outcome. It's gonna get a little interesting, I think. All right, jingle's playing. That means time to go back to the show. Love you.
Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Broadcasting live from the world's most dysfunctional think tank. This is the news.
Unless you haven't. In that case, there's still time. You could do it. Just tell somebody about the News Junkie Radio Show podcast or live stream. We appreciate you being around. Join the crew, everybody who watches live. Why not? It's a fun way to do it. Once you go live, you'll never... once you watch live, you'll never survive any other way. So check that on YouTube. Right. YouTube.com/The News Junkie. Before we get in jury duty here, which I have some good stuff and some updates for you. And we got a whole bunch of other stuff we have to pay off in the final hour of the Power Hour on the show. I want to share this with you because I know two people on this show are members of the Ring Mafia. They are people who have Ring doorbells, all right? Yeah. They have the Ring security devices that are generally, they're generally pretty good. But now, I guess they teased this for a while, and here goes nothing. They're about to release the Ring flying spy drone that monitors your home in the air.
Yeah. Want to address the hacking before we buy the drone, Ring?
No. No. The drone is ready to go, and do not think this is going to get hacked because this thing's good to go.
Yeah, never in a million years.
I have a
the
mild
always home cam is this thing. You have what?
I have a mild unpopular opinion on this Ring hack.
Tell me.
Not a hack.
Okay.
Ooh.
What was it then?
Everything that listed on May 28th that had accessed my system were devices that had already been on my system before.
Okay, that's you. I have only accessed my system via my phone. I've never gone on any other device with
What device
certainty.
did it say?
It said a Chrome browser. It said a Safari. It said a computer. I only used the app.
I routinely log into your cameras just for the record. I don't know if that was me, but I do keep a close eye.
That's weird.
On what's happening just to keep tabs on if you're talking trash about me.
Outside
Which generally
of my
speaking, generally speaking, I have caught many a trash talking session. It really has been illuminating, one would say.
My front porch vent sesh.
Well, I got them all over. I got the whole thing connected. I
have one Ring cam, you sicko!
This says the gadget is the brainchild of the recently returned CEO Jamie Siminoff, and he's been testing the indoor flying camera in his office. That's not annoying for everybody at Ring, huh? Come on in. Bzzz, little drone flying around. Your house now will be protected. The drone will fly around your home with obstacle avoidance technology. It will scout the perimeter. It will fly back to its cradle and it will recharge. So it'll film the baddies who are outside, looking at all of your things. And they announced this in 2020. They were going to launch it in 2021. They didn't. Finally, it's coming out, baby. So if you want a Ring drone floating around your house, your time has arrived very, very soon.
Is there footage of this thing? Or?
It's the same one that was before. It's just like it's a little tiny drone that lands in a thing, and then like, you are being robbed, and then it flies off to go do its work.
Yeah. I mean, if the robber used a bat to get through the door, couldn't he just like Sammy Sosa that ring drone to the other side of the house?
Has the answers for everything.
Probably.
Am I annoying you with my answers?
Next question.
You guys handle this yourselves, okay?
All right,
go into
Nest.
This. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the news junkie.
Ghislaine always eating. He's not always eating. What's he eating now, though? Is it something good? I didn't see it.
No, I just had a little protein bar.
Oh, that's not good at all. That's boring.
It was decent.
Chocolate chip?
Whatever the Oreo thing they have in them.
I just saw somebody do an entire video on protein bars saying how god-awful terrible so many of them are. Like, they are really...
Oh, some of them are not good.
Not at all.
They'll promise you on the outside wrapper... Like, no, the promise will be like chocolate cheesecake or something. And then you bite into it and you go, what the hell? It isn't even close to chocolate cheesecake.
That's what a working out cheesecake tastes like.
Maybe. I wouldn't know. I still would not know. But I am getting more steps in. I am getting more running in. Got a little more running yesterday, Forrest Gump style. Now we go over to jury duty. Brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, there's lots of attorneys out there trying to get your attention. The one that matters, the big kahuna, if you will, Mo DeWitt. Go to justcallmo.com. Steven Stearns was found guilty of first-degree murder and sexual battery, among other charges, and the death of 13-year-old Madeline Soto. He pleaded no contest. A lot of different pleas. You can plead guilty. You can plead not guilty. You can plead no contest. You can have an Alford plea. There are different kind of pleas that you could do. He did a no contest plea after reaching a deal with prosecutors. He was given not one, not two, but 21 life sentences in this case. This is him. Go ahead.
His statement, you're about to play it, was...
I haven't heard it yet.
It's so unaware.
Is it? Really?
It's
Let's see what he
so
says.
I don't know. Go
Is this
for
him?
it. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right, that's him saying that the plea was
Your
his.
signature on this document
Your signature.
tells me is that you have had an opportunity to read this document, go over it with your attorneys, and you understand and your own evidence. If you had witnesses that did not want to come to court, you could have asked me to make them come to court with a subpoena.
I want to hear if he says something.
Or had been convicted of a sexually violent or a sexual...
This is just him answering a lot of questions from
But
the
he
judge.
does make a statement, and it's so
Shoot.
weird.
Okay,
Shoot.
I do want to hear that. Hang on. I'll send over the link if you could find the portion on this. We might not be able to do it now. We'll probably have to take a quick break, and we will regroup. We'll get his statement because I'd like to work that in. We'll get two other things from jury duty. Then we got the MRI death updates. A lot more in a short period of time, but that's what we can really make the most of in our power hour, the final hour of the show.
Yeah.
All that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Make Real Radio 104.1 number one on your presets on our all-new iHeartRadio app and get cool stuff at Real Radio events. Get the app for free in your app store.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Eastbound and westbound lanes are being blocked here on I-4 due to an accident at World Drive. Move over and slow down if you see police activity on the roadways. There's a crash getting cleared up on I-95 northbound before the beach line. State Road 528, the right lane's blocked there. Crews are still clearing up that accident on the turnpike southbound before US 192 exit 244. They're off to the shoulder there. See traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Truist. When you work with someone who knows a lot and cares even more, you're unstoppable. So start feeling like it today. Visit Truist.com/care. Truist, leaders in banking.
I gotta tell you, I am a worried man. I'll tell you why in a moment. Hey, Tizzle. Stand back and stand by.
Thanks to Red Mountain Weight Loss. Listen, we have low T. You can start for free now with Red Mountain Weight Loss. For a limited time, they're going to waive the startup fee. How cool is that? Listen, you'll gain muscle, lose fat, and lose that dad bod with testosterone from Red Mountain Weight Loss. Guys, real testosterone is available only by prescription. So go to Red Mountain Weight Loss to get yours. If you feel sluggish, if you lose focus all the time, if you have trouble in the bedroom, you probably have low T. Truth is, men today have 20% less testosterone than their dads did. That's terrible. Listen, they can help you with that.
Folks, real quick, do you think they should have let that guy off with life in prison with all the death sentences? Or I'm sorry, with all the life sentences? Or do you think he should have got the death penalty, the Madeline Soto guy? Because he is the worst kind of worst. He was sexually abusing that girl. He was doing all sorts of stuff. Do you think he should have gotten the death penalty?
Red Mountain.
Summer superhero movies have a site. We want to be your
Stand by, stand by.
There's still time to enjoy locked-in summer value at Sam's Club. Until July 22nd, prices are held on over 1,000 items. This is the perfect time to join Sam's Club and make the most of summer. So sign up for a membership today at samsclub.com/join.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy. Are you 62 or older and wondering if the first mortgage can help you access the equity? It's so easy to get a free first mortgage quote.
Thank you, I got to cue up. Ooh, baby, baby, it's a wild world. All right, everybody, we got 1 hour left. The power hour has arrived. Let's take off our pants and let's have some fun. We're going to hear the statement that Madeline Soto's killer made during his plea hearing and see what he said. We're going to get to the MRI updates and what's going on with that, and whether or not we think that we're getting the real story there, and a whole bunch more. What's with the classical music? What are you talking about? Unfortunately, he copped a deal, but he won't make it 21 days where he's going? Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. Let me tell you something. There is no clearer and more present indication on how many Americans feel about what is justice, how Americans are different than anybody else on planet Earth in terms of Americans in 2025 still mostly believe in an eye for an eye. Americans will say things that no one else in the world will say. They will say when someone gets arrested and sentenced to be behind bars, hell yeah, hope the boys get a hold of him. They're going to know what he did to that little girl, and they're going to kill him. That's a very American thing, okay? It's a very American thing. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a very American thing. Americans want justice, many times in the form of blood. That's just how it is. Alicia says, oh, she's so new. I don't know if Madeline Soto's mom knew. If she didn't, she's just the dumbest person, the dumbest mother to ever live. But who knows? All right, we're coming back now. Bring it back now, y'all. Too hot this time. Charlie Brown.
Funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. And we'll see you at the show.
Orlando, we're here to let you know that FAS Exteriors is Orlando's #1 window, door, and roofing contractor. You can count on fair pricing, install perfection, and customer satisfaction every time. Trust the leader. Trust FAS Exteriors. Schedule your free consultation now at FASWD.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Where common sense meets complete nonsense. This is the News Junkie.
Case when they sort of wrapped everything up, and the dude who most people who have been paying any attention to this, the dude who it was very clear killed this poor young girl, this 13-year-old girl. She never had a chance, Madeline Soto. She never had a chance in her life. She was born and spawned into, spawned in as in like where you start in a video game, a position that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemies. She was born into a situation beyond her control, where her mother was either aware of the abuse that was going on in her house or the dumbest person on planet Earth to not know that the guy she was with, who was sleeping in the same bed as her preteen daughter at the time, was maybe, just maybe, doing something creepy and gross, right? Like, just criminally dumb. This house that she gets spawned into through no fault of her own. And then she ends up with this Stephen Stearns guy. And at first he denies. It's so clear if you followed the case at all and saw, like, there's a ton of YouTube videos where they go over it.
That when she goes missing, he is in the interviews alongside his girlfriend.
Both of them, yeah.
The mother of the victim.
Yeah. And they very quickly honed in on him. And the mom kept going like, I didn't know. And if there's a God out there somewhere, that person knows and she knows. And that's all that will know this. I mean, I guess he knows if Madeline Soto's mom was aware too. Not many people are going to be aware of this. But
neither parents, but they both made very impactful victim statements.
Mm-hmm.
Where, I mean, Dad was like, I should have been there more. Yeah.
Yeah, no, great timing.
Both Mom and Dad maybe should have been there more.
Yeah, Mom was physically there sometimes, but not mentally there. If you're letting your child sleep in bed with the dude you're with. Like, how, what person with what mind goes, no, this is fine. This is normal. So he agreed to a plea deal. And he pleaded no contest to murder, pleaded guilty to sexual battery. After reaching this plea agreement with prosecutors, he's given 21 life sentences. I guess this is the point. Does that mean
he has to give, and what you're going to play is his final statement. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to taking plea deals, does that mean that they have to give the details of everything? Or is that?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
It depends on what the deal is. It's not guilty. He's not pleading guilty. He was pleading no contest. And
this is did Brian Kohlberger plead no contest or guilty? I don't remember what he ended up pleading in the Idaho murders case.
I just remember being a plea deal, so he could avoid the death penalty. But I thought that meant pleading guilty.
Well, no, it means you enter a plea. The plea that they agreed to was no contest, which is not guilty, but not yet guilty. There's lots of different kind of pleas that you can enter, but he pleaded no contest to the charges. I want to hear what he said, though.
The plea deal for Kohlberger was guilty.
It was a guilty? Okay. A guilty plea on his part. This one was no contest.
Pursuant to criminal punishment.
Meaning you're not contesting the charges.
1,278 with a...
That's the judge.
Lowest permissible prison sentence in months of 937.5
months. That's a lot of months.
Include...
All right, he's going to let him speak here in just a second. He's just sitting there. I mean, the guy's a dumb guy, but I think he clearly knew what he did.
What?
Times 5 and sex contact points of 40 times.
These are all the charges he's reading down the line against him that he's pled no contest to.
7. Any errors, corrections, or omissions to the score sheet? Ms. Smith? Ms. Borden?
No, Your Honor.
Both the attorneys agree.
Yeah, I think it's coming up.
25-year minimum mandatory sentence as to the counts requiring a minimum mandatory sentence are imposed.
They're zooming in on him. They know it's happening now. We'll get to the MRI update in just a moment here. But I want to see what he says. 935 months.
You have the right to appeal the judgment and sentences of the court. If you wish to do so, you must do so in writing within the next 30 days. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you.
There should be a section of it that says
you will be limited to the
next
jurisdiction of the court to impose the sentence and legality.
All right, now he's standing up.
Thank you. Let's place Mr. Stearns under, he's been previously placed under oath.
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to make a brief statement.
Oh, here he goes.
It's so
I
creepy.
agree that it's not fair that Madeline is not here anymore. I still have a hard time contemplating a world where she's not around, a world which feels less vibrant and less colorful than it did before.
You did it.
I've prayed to God countless times to trade places with her, to take me instead.
You did it.
And unfortunately, that's just not how he works.
Jesus, man.
Listen, it gets so weird.
I have nothing but sorrow for her loss.
No admission
And I
of guilt.
miss her all the time.
I miss her all the time.
Her passing has torn me and my family apart as well.
If only we could get the bad guy who did
She
this.
truly was a joy. I pray to God that she is in heaven and that he's taking good care of her. And I hope she gets to join the choir because she had a beautiful voice.
What the helly?
I will miss her all the time.
This is
I will never
infuriating.
not honor her memory. And I apologize for all the pain.
That's it. All right. Can I just tell you something?
Is it not just what?
It's infuriating. It's infuriating.
Zero awareness or admission or remorse. You are the one who sexually assaulted, abused her, and murdered her.
A child. Yeah.
And it's like the world is less colorful without her. It would be. It would have still the color had you not murdered her.
It was as if he was just completely unattached from what happened here instead of being the person responsible for it. This is why, as Americans, we do what Chat did during the break when I said, what do you think about this? This guy entered this no contest plea and he'll never get out, but he won't get the death penalty. You think that's enough? And so many people in Chat jumped to the very American thing. Eye for an eye, baby. That's what we want in the USA, where they say, don't worry. It won't take very long behind bars before they get wind of what this guy did, and somebody else will take care of it for us. And people will be all too happy to hear that information. And I have to be honest with you, I count myself among them. I do not care if this man is mangled to death by prisoners who are seeking some sort of justice for what happened to this little girl. He can't come to terms with the fact that he is responsible with this, even though he's so scared of the death penalty that he's going to make a deal. And if they pull him limb from limb, if these prisoners pull him limb from limb.
I think the creepiest thing about the statement he made is saying things like, I miss her every day when you sexually assaulted her. Is that what you're missing?
But then when you have something like that, it's like, why did he even get the grace of a plea deal? And on top of that, the grace of a no contest. Like that just...
They just wanted... They wanted to make sure he didn't get away. I mean, it's not the death penalty, but he will never see the light of day.
There?
I don't know.
No,
I
he's
think
going to see the inside of a jail cell, and all that's going to be paid for the next 925 months. Obviously, he's not going to live that long, but it's infuriating. I mean, there's zero remorse or any sort of admission or accountability with that statement. Like, that's it.
That's frustrating. And like you would say, his mother must be very frustrated. But is she? She's so dumb and insane herself, this poor girl. Yeah, if they pull him limb from limb behind bars, this Steven Stern guy, I'm not saying I want them to, but I'll buy the ticker tape for the ticker tape parade if that's the case. I'm never going to shed a tear.
Where do you
or feel
get your
sorry
ticker
for
tape these days?
There's a couple of spots. Tickertape.com.
Show me the person who sheds a tear for this person.
There's not many, I don't think. Like these, and I'll tell you what.
That'll be rots.
It's way worse after hearing him do that. I don't know why, but
as soon as I saw it, I was like, I could not believe it. I would have jumped on. I mean, nobody moved, by the way, in that courtroom.
Oh, hang on one sec.
What?
1 second.
I don't know if it's true.
It's not? Okay,
I know. There's one. Sky News is reporting it.
No, it's right. Ozzy Osbourne's dead at 76 years old.
No way.
Yeah. Ozzy Osbourne dead. God, he just did the show. He just played the show. Ozzy Osbourne dead at 76. He was surrounded by a family.
That sucks.
And surrounded by love. We ask everybody to respect the family's privacy at this time. That's crazy. How long ago was that show? Was it 2 weeks ago or was it more recent than that?
Couple weeks.
Oh.
Man. I mean, I knew that was coming. I knew it was like down the pipeline, but boy, some people will tell you the moment you stop working is the moment your body gives up. Ozzy Osbourne, out of the blue, they're just like that. I know that they said he was in failing health and stuff, but he is dead per the Associated Press. Let me see. AP News. I don't know if they have anything on this. Do they?
Oh, no, I don't know about AP. I'm just saying.
TMZ has it. TMZ generally has it.
Sky, Newsweek, Independent, Sun, Daily Mail, everybody's on it.
Man.
Yeah, here's Sky News. Ozzy Osbourne dies just weeks after farewell show. The heavy metal star reunited with his Black Sabbath bandmates on stage earlier in July. Heavy metal star Ozzy Osbourne has died just weeks after reuniting with Black Sabbath bandmates. In a statement, his family said it is with more sadness than mere words can convey that we have to report our beloved Ozzy Osbourne has passed away this morning. He was with his family and surrounded by love. As he performed from a throne on stage at Villa Park less than 3 weeks ago, Ozzy Osbourne told fans, "You have no idea how I feel. Thank you from the bottom of my heart." It was a gig put together with performances from some of his favorite acts, including Metallica and Guns N' Roses, for the 76-year-old's final bow. Ozzy Osbourne pioneered heavy metal with Black Sabbath before going on to have huge success in his own right. He was known for his hits, including Iron Man, Paranoid, War Pigs, Crazy Train, and Changes, both with the band and as a solo star. The singer found a different kind of fame thanks to the Naughties. That's like the 90s and the early 2000s. MTV reality show, The Osbournes. And I will never forget that show. That show was so big. And I think that's one of the reasons why I like Ozzy Osbourne so much. I think that show really made me like him and be interested in him and his family and Sharon. And
I'll never forget the inspiration for that show. Do you know how that show started?
It was like a run-in with him and his neighbor or something?
No. Ozzy Osbourne was on MTV Cribs. And so MTV came to his house to like shoot his house so he could give you a tour around his house and like see what it looks like. And in it, he's just being crazy Ozzy, messing around with his kids. And he's like, "This is how I scare the kids. NSYNC," and they scream when they hear NSYNC. And it was just the people like left with this footage, and they're like, "This could be a whole TV show." It was, and it made Ozzy a household name in households that would not have been fans of his music, I think. But just as a reality star, he had a hell of a last year. A hell of an end to that run, doing the farewell show and getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. I mean, that was pretty.
Oh man, that is what a bummer segment.
Well, we have his final words there. His final.
Thank you.
There he goes. Ozzy Osbourne dead. As of just moments ago, that rolling through. He was known for his famous anecdotes of hell raising during his rock star heyday. Everybody's heard the story about the biting of the bat and different versions
an accident,
of that.
By the way,
He's
Parkinson's. Finally reunited with that bat.
He had Parkinson's disease and suffered other health problems in recent years, including complications from an injury sustained in a fall in 2019. He made a one-off surprise appearance on stage in Birmingham to close the Commonwealth Games in 2022. And then he did this final gig that was just a matter of weeks ago. He also was a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, as well as on Birmingham's Broad Street, which maybe is their equivalent of that. It got much in the way of honors and awards and all of that. Osbourne leaves behind his wife, Sharon, and their 3 children, Amy, who was not featured on the show, I don't think, Kelly and Jack, as well as his 2 older children, Jessica and Lewis, from his first marriage to Thelma Riley, and some grandchildren. But there you go.
They blurred her out of the show. In fact, like mentions of her and stuff around the house. It was weird.
Damn. Rip Ozzy Osbourne. That's crazy. It's so weird that the man was literally just on stage. It can happen so fast like that. But there you go. That's the news. We'll give you any other updates on that need to be gone over before the end of the show. Obviously, we have the update, as I said, on the MRI situation, the MRI death. We got to try to work that in. In fact, we'll do that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at.
All right. Rip Ozzy. That's crazy. And I think it was Jeremy that got to be first on that. Was that Jeremy? I said it a couple times over there. Nuts. How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. It's weird. Last week seemed to go by quickly. This week feels slower. But I might feel differently on like a Thursday or a Friday. We'll see. So, has anybody watched any of the Billy Joel documentary? I've finished the first episode. I think it's the first half. I think the second half. I'm going to turn Sean down there. I think the second half gets dropped on HBO Friday. It's called And So It Goes. If you like Billy Joel at all, check it out. It's pretty good. There's a lot of the stuff I already knew. Although there's stuff that my wife didn't know. She didn't know that Billy ever tried to kill himself. I didn't know that he did it with pills at one point. I just knew the part where he drank Lemon Pledge, which, if you're trying to go out, man, drinking Lemon Pledge is crazy. But yeah, no, it's been it's good. I didn't know a whole lot about how involved his first wife was with the early touring life and the band and all that. But it's been pretty good. Poop Cruise was better, I think. I thought Billy Joel was boring overall. The person or the documentary? Somebody that was like in the.
Hey, everybody. We're back in 4 minutes. Rip Ozzy Osbourne. Ain't that a bitch? Comes to get everybody. Thank you. Marla says, I was super sad when Prince passed from an accidental overdose years back. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, generally speaking, I think there are a few celebrity deaths that do weigh on people. But in my battle against fully empathy-driven thought processes, I will simply state to you this. Many people who are right this moment saying they are devastated by the loss of Ozzy Osbourne, by the death of the Black Sabbath frontman, would actually be more upset if their internet went out right now. Back in 2 minutes, folks. I'm looking at my signed Blizzard of Oz album right now. He signed for me backstage at Ozfest in 2006. Well, you've just seen the peak of its value. This is right now the peak. So, damn it, Sean, Celia was waxing poetic. It's a hoax. Sean isn't listening. No national outlets are reporting this. Okay. It's not a hoax. Statement from the Osbourne family. It's with more sadness than mere words can convey. We have to report Ozzy Osbourne passed away this morning. NBC News confirming a little outlet, but it's a fringe outlet. Damn. Fringe outlet. BBC News. But you're right. No major outlets are reporting this. So I want to go back. I want to retract my statements. Ozzy Osbourne's back alive. Random chat guy is right. I want to go back to it. Ozzy Osbourne is back to life. No national outlets have reported it. It's not true. Fake news. Fake news. I'm more upset when my internet goes out over most things. That's just real. Marla says, I think those are two different emotional responses. One, recognizing a symbol of culture or whatever. Another, convenience. One is a thing that you will express to others has bothered you or hurt you in some way. And the other is a thing that you will actually get upset or irritated by. Hello? Ah! What is that? That's whiteface. That's offensive. Can I show everybody? Let me turn the camera. No, stop it. I can't show them your face? No. Folks, just over there is Courtney with a completely white face mask on. And sometimes she opens the door and goes, hello! Hello! Ozzy Osbourne died.
Yeah, I mean, did hard drugs his entire life.
You're going to say bad things about Ozzy Osbourne right now? They're going to eat you alive.
I don't wish him to die, but he's lucky he lived as long as he did.
Wow. Gotta go.
High tide, low tide, no tide. Yacht Rock Radio works anywhere. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Yacht Rock, and make it a preset now.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
The biggest stories of the day in all their glory and insanity. You're listening to the news.
The show Tuesday. Tell somebody about the show. And here's one thing you could do. All right. It's just a little request from me to you, if you don't mind. Please take 1 second out of your day. And if you're already listening to the show on iHeartRadio, make this station a preset. It doesn't really take much of your time, and it helps out the station. And it honestly is really good for you. Like, to have your iHeartRadio app so that when you launch it, all your favorites are up there on the top, just like you would on your dial in your car, makes everything so much easier. So you launch your app, you don't have to futz with it while you're trying to drive around. You just simply see, oh, okay, there's the station. You hit it, you fire it up, and familiar voices are heard. So I think it's really a no-brainer to do this. And it only takes a second or two because you just kind of hold it down, make it a preset, put it where you want it. Bingo, bango, bongo. That's why you should do it. Go do it right now. Make this station your preset on the iHeartRadio app. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to the updates here on the MRI machine death. Now, I want to give you 2 new shots here, and we'll see what you think about this. First things first, let me get this story up here in front of me. Here's People News had some new details, and this is pretty crazy. Man killed in the MRI accident while wearing the chain. Yesterday, we announced he had about a 20-pound chain on with a lock on it. Was attached to the machine for nearly an hour. His family claims. All right. Now, what I'm going to tell you is where I think the future of this story is going. We have she said, his wife, versus they kind of said, which is the MRI place and people in the MRI profession who are starting to go, hang on, none of this makes any sense. But the family is saying that Keith McAllister, 61, died after several heart attacks following the tragic accident. They said he was attached to the machine, the MRI machine, for an hour, and they couldn't get him separated. MRI people, let us know. Is that possible? The family of a man, this is according to People, who died after being sucked into an MRI machine, is sharing new heartbreaking details about what happened. The incident occurred just after 4:30 p.m. local time on Wednesday, July 16th, when a 61-year-old man, later identified as Keith McAllister, entered an MRI room during a scan in Westbury, New York. This is the Long Island area. The male victim was wearing a large metallic chain around his neck. It caused him to be drawn into the machine, and it resulted in a medical episode. He was transported to a hospital in critical condition, but died the next day. His wife said she was with her husband when it happened. He went limp in my arms. It's pulsating in my brain. She said she had an MRI on her knee. All right, this is the she said. She had an MRI on her knee and called for the technician to let her husband in to help her get back up afterward. The outlet reported the technician allowed McAllister inside, even though he was wearing a 20-pound weight training chain around his neck. In that instant, the machine switched him around, pulled him in, and he hit the MRI. She and the technician tried to pull him away, but were unsuccessful. I was saying, can you turn off the machine, call 911, do something? Patients are typically asked to remove any metal or electrical objects from their person, blah, blah, blah. They got a GoFundMe going right now. He was on a fixed income from Social Security, didn't have much, but they said that he was attached to the MRI machine for like an hour and they couldn't get him away. It was almost an hour before they could release the chain. It's terrible. So that's what the woman is saying. She's saying that she asked for some help. They let her husband in. He had the big chain, pulled him into the MRI.
Now, in talking about this, we heard from some people that the MRI machine is not. It's not like an amusement park ride where you can just hit the e-stop and it just shuts down, or pulling the plug on it somehow would stop it from being magnetic.
Yes.
And one of the explanations I got from somebody about this was curious, because it seems like a good reason to not shut it down financially, but if somebody's life is in danger, doesn't seem like it would matter. They said that part of what keeps the MRI machine going is it's filled with helium somewhere.
Really?
It's powered by some sort of helium, and they would have to let it out and then refill it, and that's very expensive. Now, I get why you would normally leave all the metal out of there, not turn it off, stuff like that. But in a case where somebody has been sucked into this thing and dying and having heart attacks, you would think in an emergency they would let the helium out. But now, I'm getting this from the texting service. Not to say that I have to take it with a grain of salt, but also it may not be as simple as just letting all the helium out.
Okay. Well, I want to learn more about that. That's an interesting side of this. The other thing is the family, what they're saying versus what some of the other news outlets are saying. So, for instance, here's the New York Times. If you want to believe what they say, the New York Times says, man who was pulled into MRI machine has died, police say. The man who, this is the subhead, the man who, without authorization, entered the room wearing a medical necklace during a scan, died a day after he was critically injured.
Metal necklace.
What did I say?
Medical.
Wearing a metal necklace during the scan, died a day after he was critically injured. So they're saying without authorization. That's what they say. Without authorization. The story says, a man who was critically injured after he entered an MRI room on Long Island, was pulled into the machine, died the next day. He was wearing a large metallic chain, according to the Nassau County Police Department. The man, who the police did not name, did not have authorization to enter the room, the police said. Being pulled into the machine made him have a medical episode, they said, without offering any additional details. So that the police are saying, like, that's the New York Times and the police saying he didn't have authorization.
Okay. But does that mean just because they didn't give him the, all right, you're okay to go in, he still had access to it? Do we not have the measures like a buzzed indoor locking mechanisms? Last time I got an MRI, it was like 3 different rooms I had to go through in order to get the MRI.
Right.
None of that existed?
That's part of why this doesn't make a lot of sense to me. That's part of why I'm saying,
Way to dig deep, New York Times.
What is going on here? This really doesn't make sense to me. The New York Times and the police are saying that he was unauthorized. The wife is saying, I asked them to bring my husband in, and the wife is making it like they escorted the husband into the room. Please help her out. With this big old necklace on, he ends up dying. These are 2 very different versions of things. One of them is probably going to be right, and one of them is probably going to be wrong. Injuries and deaths involving MRI machines have occurred in the past. In 2001, a 6-year-old boy died when a metal oxygen tank was pulled into a machine where he was undergoing a scan.
Jeez.
A man died in India in 2018 when he entered an MRI room while carrying an oxygen tank. In 2023, a nurse in California was crushed and needed surgery after she was pinned between an MRI machine and a hospital bed.
Good God.
That was pulled toward the machine by the machine's magnetic force. So a whole hospital bed on top of her.
Can we revisit how the MRI machine works, considering the force?
We know that they are Nassau Open MRI has closed and open MRI scans, which Ghislaine brought up yesterday. Open MRIs aren't crazy different. I don't think it's like I don't think open or closed really matters that much. One is you're in a tube. The other one is you have like a hamburger bun below you and above you. All right, I mean that's the best as I can explain it. Like one you're surrounded. Like to me. Yeah, the other one like you got a hamburger bun on top of you and below you, and that's where this is happening. But you're not totally in the tube.
Yeah,
and she was in one of those 2, but very different versions of what happened there in that story as things keep developing.
The MRI requires a lot of liquid helium to keep the superconductive coils cooled to extremely low temperatures, and by extremely low, I mean negative 452 degrees Fahrenheit.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
So these are like,
being as there is a global helium shortage, it has caused a worry for the MRI industry, even making new systems for helium recovery when some of it escapes. That's crazy.
Well, this is what I'm getting from this, just being as real as I can. If what the woman says is true, then this is criminal level negligence. I think many people would agree. Criminal level negligence, walking a man with a 20-pound chain into the room to help his wife, and then he dies. But from all of the people I've heard from who work in anywhere close to MRI machines, this seems impossible to them. It seems impossible with the different preventative measures they take that anything like this could happen. So now we do have 2 very different stories. Why are they so different? We're probably going to learn more about this as the week goes on. We shall see. All right, when we come back, here's what we're going to do. Final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And, of course, today we're going to wrap everything up for a Share the Show Tuesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show, where bad ideas go to get broadcast. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Odoo.com Weather Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Hey, Central Florida, and happy Tuesday. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And today is a Fox 35 weather impact day because we're going to be expecting some very heavy downpours to set up shop, especially by
Hey, everybody. Thank you, Skull Mike people. Now's the time. Rate the show. Rate the show 1 out of 10. 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 4 out of 10, 2 out of 10. Rate the show out of 10. Sorry, Blind Melon. Blind Melon, No Rain was that close to being the final song. It truly was. 10 out of 10, says Shelly. Thank you, Shelly. Shelly, I hope you have subscribed. I hope you hit the like button. I hope to show up each day. 2 Teslas out of 2. All right, we'll take it. We'll take it. 7 out of 10 Coors Lights.
Start for free now with Red Mountain Weight Loss. For a limited time, you're going to waive the startup fee. How cool is that? Listen, you'll gain muscle, lose fat, and lose that dad bod with testosterone from Red Mountain Weight Loss. Guys.
All right, chatter of the day. Who should be chatter of the day and why?
Go to Red Mountain Weight Loss to get yours. If you feel sluggish, if you lose focus all the
10 out of 10. Eye for an eye was brutal.
You have low T. Truth is, men today have 20% less testosterone than their dads did. That's terrible.
Who should be chatter of the day? I got to go get Today I Learned.
Build muscle mass, and you're going to sleep a whole lot better. It improves your mental focus, also will improve your sex drive. That's a game.
Chatter of the day, Avendasora. Congratulations. They said you couldn't do it, but you went and did it. Now I have to go get Today I Learned. Hey! Son of a bitch! Cameraman, this is an emergency. Pay attention. Thank you. Jesus Christ. Jeez. Can't even find good help anymore. You truly can't. You awake now? Do your job. You guys, you know what's funny? I was supposed to get the Skin Bear stickers yesterday, and they sent me some rando stickers. I didn't order them. They just sent me some random ones that have nothing to do with nothing. I'll have to show you them at some point on the show. I can't do it now. I don't have enough time. But boy, were they strange. And that must mean, and this is my favorite part, that must mean that I got these random like alligator stickers instead of the Skin Bear stickers. So somebody accidentally got my Skin Bear stickers. And they must be processing that right now. Okay? Blind Melon now walking aimlessly in the streets. True. Okay.
Where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Here we go.
Where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com.
How was Skull Mike? Was it good? We don't need to re-dead Ozzy because it was for realsies before. By the way, CNN, I don't know how long they waited to say the thing, to break the news, but they had a package about him. They had like a package ready to go. That might have been already produced. They might have said, "Oh, you know what? This Ozzy guy, he's on the list. We need to have a thing ready." Yeah, the package was a big one. Obi-Wan Kenobi's ghost. And it was produced. It was ready to go. They were ready for this guy to kick the bucket. That's what some of these stations do. All right. Last segment, baby.
Or at i4beyond.com/Daryl Carter.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or 2 or 4. You're listening to
Cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. Thank you for hanging out with us on a Share the Show Tuesday, friends.
I was just telling the people about when CNN broke the news. I don't know.
Yeah?
I don't know how long they waited.
You mean about Ozzy Osbourne being dead?
Yeah. They had a package ready to go for this guy.
Oh, really?
I mean, yeah. Like a behind, not behind the scenes, but just a quick overview of his life and career. And I was like, This thing was saved months ago.
Montage.
This montage was ready.
Yeah, they're like, Ozzy was a sharpshooter from the youngest of ages, but he was a little different than the rest.
It was the first time he heard the Beatles that he was inspired to follow his dream.
And then they go to Ozzy and he's like, they just go to the same clip.
She lost me. It changed my life.
Sharon! Oh, man, what a guy. R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne.
They probably had him on that death board like you used to have at WGN when you told them to put Michael Jackson on it, and then he died like weeks later.
All right, let's see what we got here on the way out the door today. A bunch of people on the cop thing. I think we've kind of got through this. Let's see. Somebody said they had a dream about us. Okay. Jillian says, "Hey, News Junkie. I had a dream last night that included Sean, Sabrina, Ghislaine. I kept looking for you in the dream, but I couldn't find you."
What the hell, man? That sounds like a nightmare.
There was a huge house party thrown by Sean. That's why Ghislaine wasn't there. I don't know why I was there or invited, but felt like I had just started working for the station or similar. I opened the fridge to grab an adult beverage and only found bottled water. I asked Sean, "Hey, where are the drinks?" referring to the adult beverages. Sean, you responded by saying, "If you wanted drinks, then you should have brought drinks," promptly pivoting away from me and storming off with your chest puffed out. At one point, there appeared to be close to 50 people there. Throughout the party, I made friends with Sabrina. She was relatively calm and quiet, but began to get very agitated.
Typical.
The outfit she had on was a red, stretchy string bikini top and a 3/4 sleeve black cardigan, black skinny jeans with a thin yellow belt. Her hair was half up and half
detailed.
down.
Okay.
It is.
I had a
asked her-
stretchy bikini top with a cardigan on?
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. I asked her about drinks, but didn't want to talk about it because she was clearly upset. I asked about a Publix that was closed, and she said it was 2 miles up the road. And then you guys went
Very
together, I
detailed.
guess. Sabrina gave me the most serious look to where I thought we were going to rob a bank. And she said, "No, we go out and don't come back." And then I woke up. So, it's all right. Sabrina, I'm so sorry you were dressed like Mickey Mouse. Sean, it was a nightmare because there was no booze. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Sounds like I wasn't missing much at this party.
I think you're right
Where were
about
you
that.
is the question.
Had a better party.
They had booze there. It was good to go. Let's see. Yeah, that'll have to do it for today. I think we can get the hell out of here. It's time to do it. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, July 22nd, 2025. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Today I learned this band right here. Van Halen. Van Halen is correct. The late, great Eddie Van Halen almost never listened to any music that he wasn't actively involved in. So he would only listen to his own music, or he would listen to music that he was like playing guitar on for somebody else, which kind of limits you to quite a few things. But he also placed his own guitar inside the funeral casket of guitarist Dimebag Darrell, the great who died on stage with Pantera.
Wait, Van Halen put his own guitar in that?
Yes, yeah. Seems a little weird too. Actually,
Dimebag Darrell's guitar in there.
He's like, I got to put you with this great guitar player.
I never listened to your music because obviously I wasn't involved, but rest in peace, man.
Here you go. Here's a great axe. Today I learned about Carl McGunn. Carl McGunn, McGunn, died in 1981 in Alaska. Why?
Why?
There was confusion about who was picking him up. It resulted in him being abandoned to starve. I have to tell you, there were multiple days at school when I felt like Carl McGunn. As my parents weren't arriving, and I was like, nobody's coming to get me. And nobody ever did come get Mr. McGunn or Madun.
Very sad.
McGunn, he died out there in Alaska. Don't go to Alaska. That's your lesson. And finally, today I learned this guy. Ozzy Osbourne. That's right. Ozzy Osbourne, indeed.
Prince of Darkness.
Ozzy Osbourne, R.I.P. That's all you get.
Never got to be King of Darkness.
Going to be a blind melon, but Ozzy Osbourne's going to push it out of the way when he dies and upstages you. All right, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? As always, you can always get the podcast over on